Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Northernlion Live Super Show, the Wednesday, June 7th, 2017 edition. As always, I'm your host, Northernlion, joined by my team's co-host, Rocky Smile.
Just thinking, you think Fred Durst has ever flown first class and said to himself, "This is Durst class"?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think Fred Durst has ever seen the first movie in the X-Men reboot and said it is actually X-Men Durst class?
Oh.
I think the first one, not the second one.
You guys ever think that Fred Durst went to went to school and in the morning he decided to go to his Durst class?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you think when Fred Durst has a new month, he says it's the Durst of the month? Hey.
No. Yes,
do you think,
yes.
Do you think when he collects his social security checks, he's excited for the Durst and the Fred-teenth of the month?
Fred
Robert's here as well.
Yeah, hey, how's it going?
We're going to play Monolith, which is a game in which you touch a large, opaque rectangle and then ascend to the next level of human evolution. And then in your middle segment, we're going to be playing some Ultimate Chicken Horse with DanGheesling. And then our final segment, we're going to be playing some Quiplash.
I loved your explanation of how this game works, by the way.
You see,
yeah. It's
extremely
like the other one.
2001 A Space Odyssey voice. I'll be back. Nick, why don't you explain what Monolith is here? Because Robert and I have not played it.
So Monolith is a roguelite, as you can probably imagine, because that's all we ever play on this goddamn show.
First segment, roguelite. That's just an unwritten rule.
And it's sort of like a shmup meets like an Isaac, although you could say Isaac is a shmup, but this is like you actually play as a plane now.
Okay.
And it's got like an old school retro style aesthetic with a great little chiptune soundtrack. It's rocking, it's a lot of fun. I got a bunch of hours in it and I loved it. Bear recommends it also, and now it's out, so try it.
Personally, I hate it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't touched it either, but I'm pretty sure it's garbage. That's not. You ever wonder? Because sometimes, you know, I remember that like we have some influence for some reason. Like people care, people care about what we think, even though that's ridiculous,
silly.
And sometimes I wonder if they're like, you've been working on this game for 5 years, and then like, hey, this like big Twitch streamer I've never heard of is gonna play it. That's really cool. And then they tune in and they go, oh yeah, it's garbage. And you just wonder, you know, what happens from that point onwards.
I do wonder sometimes about that.
I do gotta say, the windowed mode's a little bit fucking, you know.
Yes, and every time you use the windowed mode, it also makes like your audio cut out on Discord, but...
Oh, lovely!
It's like down well. It's just one of those things.
I think it's a game maker thing, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a game maker game.
Nick, does shift allow you to dodge bullets? Sorry, not shift, dash.
No, you gotta get that unlocked for that to happen.
Okay.
Oh.
Also, avoid the Vulcan weapon power-up. It sucks ass.
Okay. I'm just gonna beat Shadow Me, and then I'm ready to go here. Because there is like a little tutorial at the start.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that you gotta go through that. I actually just went through that and forgot that you had to go through that, so I don't know why I thought that.
It's no worry. It's indie, of course it's in Game Maker. Excuse me.
It's often Unity.
Oh, jeez, I died.
I mean, yeah, Unity's kind of the indie thing right now. Also, Unreal Engine 4 sometimes.
Yeah, and if you really want to be a hipster, you go, oh, Unity isn't extensible enough for my applications. Now I use Lumberyard, which is Amazon's game engine.
It is a funny name for a game engine.
It's pretty weird, yeah.
Hell, Lumberyard, fuck, that doesn't really...
Has anyone ever said that they've used Lumberyard to you?
I cannot name a game made in Lumberyard. That doesn't mean it's bad, however.
I use Lumberyard all the time, honestly.
I just meant like in your general programming day, like do people ever mention that?
The only time, and you know, it's not to be rude, the only time I've heard people mention Lumberyard, well, there's two situations. One is, hey, Lumberyard is free. That's kind of cool. And then the other one is Star Citizen, which is actually made in Lumberyard. They switched from like whatever they were using before, maybe a custom engine, to Lumberyard.
That sounds like a lot of work to switch that over, especially so late in development.
Okay.
True Pros use CryEngine.
Oh,
whatever number it is.
Better and more frequent.
Many
items.
use that. So the bosses give you drops now, which means this game's going to be so much easier.
Ugh, God. Games making themselves so easy for the millennial crowd, am I right?
Robert, get your avocado toast eating ass out of here, okay?
I don't even eat avocado toast. I don't think I've ever had that.
Sounds good to me. I would eat it.
It does. I would eat it.
There's gonna come a story that Australian billionaire who said that millennials shouldn't eat avocado toast actually owns like avocado farms or something. Because I swear I have never wanted to eat avocado more than seeing all the delicious photos of avocado toast that have come out as a result of his, insolence. Yeah, it sounds delicious, honestly.
We got the reverse result of what they were trying to do.
It's like vegetable butter.
Hey, dude, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Maybe that was the plan all along.
There's Vegemite. That's like vegetable butter also, except tastes bad.
I don't even know.
Apparently.
That's like, and I say this as someone who ate some on video and was like, this ain't that bad.
Oh, really?
That's like it's like the byproduct of making beer or something like that. And it is not meant for, I'm not sure it's meant for human consumption. Human consumption. You said the word wrong!
Oh, what a fucking idiot!
Oh, jeez.
I just
Nick,
thought it would taste like a lot of
question.
broccoli or something, but I guess beer's different. What do you want to ask me?
Vegemite is, it's hard to describe. First off, the Nimbus is broken, in case anybody's curious, but...
The Nimbus is how you unlock doors. You gotta kill a number of them for each floor, and then you can get to the boss.
I see.
Usually it's one at the beginning.
Vegemite tastes like brown salt.
What is... I didn't know salt had a flavor that mattered to its color.
Look, is that like brown sugar?
I'm with
Bear
you.
Brown?
It's a little confusing, but... Oh, geez, item rooms, okay. Fireball,
what the hell? Vulcan phasing warps through boundaries.
No, don't get Vulcan if you have an option.
He just told you not to get Vulcan.
I know, he says it all the time.
The tier list is Fireball is top tier, and then Laser is like under that.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
See, this is how you know I played roguelites, because I just picked Fireball instinctively.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm set.
You're gonna have DPS now. You're good. You're good.
Magic Pengle?
Yeah, they have Magic Pengle in this game? Magic
no.
Missile!
Hey, Guardian, stop that. So what I was going to ask you, Nick, apropos of me driving around in the city today, have you ever parallel parked on a busy street?
That's my worst nightmare.
Dude, I'm glad that we're on the same page here. Because I'm driving with Kate. She doesn't understand what it's like to be in control of the vehicle.
Is she just telling you, just go park, just park?
Yeah,
and
she's like,
wait, calm down. I can't just park.
Well, there'll be like a parking spot right next to where we want to go. It's super busy.
Yeah.
And it's like the spot is crazy tight. And then she's like, that spot's right there. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. I can't make, there's 25 cars behind me. You know, the spot's about 1.1 times the length of this car. I can't do it.
You only get one shot. It's either that or you just fuck up your car.
Well, and that, I'm like, I would rather scratch the car than have to try twice. Not because, like, not because that's any less valuable. Old gun salvage. Oh, jeez.
Oh, shit.
But
Man,
because...
you guys are crazy. Parallel parking's easy.
Robert, you don't know, dude. You don't know what it's like.
Tell me your stories of parallel parking, Rob.
Parallel parking is actually the stupidest form of parking that exists.
That's why it's gonna get replaced by machines.
I can't believe that not every car has like a self-parallel park function yet. That
I
seems like the
actually
first
asked
thing.
that when I was getting my car. I was like, does this park itself? And she's like, no. I was like, God damn it.
Not yet.
What year is this?
We're gonna have the iRobot cars eventually that have the the spherical wheels, so you don't even have to worry about parallel
Oh, they just turn sideways and just go in?
Yeah, pretty much.
That should be a thing, really.
I mean, I agree with you, Chad. All cars should have auto parking, in my opinion. Don't be a baby and just practice parallel parking. But that's the problem. It's so hard to practice parallel parking.
Where do you think I'm gonna go? I'm gonna go somewhere like some suburban street.
You gonna get a suburban?
Is that a place?
Yeah, it's in the north side of the. It's on the east side of Georgia Pole.
You guys know your guns have ammo, right? Because I didn't realize that at first.
Actually, had no idea.
Yeah, top left corner is your ammo. When you run out, you go back to your infinite stupid gun. So avoid that if you can.
Oh, that's when it says like old guns salvaged.
Yeah, my gun says 8 sideways.
Oh, infinity.
Yeah, no, I know it's infinity.
I have a degree in the STEM field, and I believe that means infinity.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
I can recite pi to 2 digits because I'm very smart.
New boss.
I keep forgetting that this weird like triangle thing is an enemy. Like,
yeah, it doesn't look like an enemy. I agree.
I'm like, that's the thing you touch.
Also, things in bubbles and weapon upgrades, once you leave the room, they disappear. So you gotta either take them or not, and lose them.
Oh, you're not kidding. Fireball's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Fireball's the way to go if you got the option, yeah.
Unfortunately, I salvaged it. But I did break the Nimbus, so.
Kids these days.
But, like, you can't just practice... I mean, I guess you can, but, like, for the purposes of the bit, you can't just practice parallel parking because there's no safe environment to practice parallel parking. And beyond that, I did. Like, I passed both of my driving tests on the first try, and I had to parallel park on both of them. And I practiced for, like, hours and hours in advance of those. But, like, I did that so that I could never have to parallel park again.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that was the test you take, and they're like, okay, you've proven you can parallel park, now never do it again. And now I'm in this situation where I'm, you know, living in a city, and they're like, you should parallel park, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. That's
no.
That's
drive
a punishment.
2 miles away from my destination so I don't have to do that.
I find myself being like, oh, you know, it's a nice day. Like, well, why don't we just walk a little longer to get to our destination?
You find yourself making excuses like, it's actually kind of raining, but like, no, it's a nice day. Could be worse.
I feel like that's... But do you ever feel like that's holding back your masculinity?
Yes.
I'm not saying, like, don't take it the wrong way, but, like, when I was a kid, that was my understanding of, like, how you become a man. You're able to build things, and you're able to pay, like, anybody's dad, as soon as they become a dad, they could parallel park on, you know, 5th Avenue in rush hour, no problem.
They could just pick up a truck they've never driven before and parallel park that shit too, with a trailer on the back.
As soon as you become a dad, you can drive any vehicle. You can drive a boat, you can drive like a forklift, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, those pushing trucks with the bucket on them, you can drive that.
I also
drive trucks.
You drove like a tractor trailer?
Yeah, he told me that he used to drive around wine, like he used to deliver wine, and then sometimes it would fall off the truck.
Nice,
you know what I mean? Yeah. So.
Oh no! Then he has to report the loss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What happens when he goes to the weigh station? Does he drink the wine and then replace it with like grape juice?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him in like 10 years.
Dude, you just put water in it. Just put water in the bottle and say you changed the wine into water. You're like Jesus in reverse.
Right, yeah. Reverse Jesus.
They won't know what hit him. Reverse Jesus got another truck.
Nick, there's like a Garfield cat here?
Yeah, that's your new friend.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they reset my save progress.
You're here for the Power Eternal, huh?
I'm fighting Green Skeletor?
Oh yeah, he killed me.
This is sort of like Guardian Legend, because there's like little animal friends and round people that you can talk to.
What? What the fuck?
It gets very bullet helly, but I like that.
Yeah.
Make sure you use your bombs to evaporate all the bullets out of the air.
Oh!
Yeah, it's just like Gungeon in that way.
Well, actually, in Gungeon, there are blanks. Does this, like, Ghost in the Shell thing heal you fully?
The thing that sucks you in? No, it's just your upgrade station.
Okay.
Do you get a naked outfit that looks like you're naked, but you're not really naked? Yeah.
Is that a reference to something, or he just
Scarlett Johansson's Ghost in the Shell outfit.
Oh,
yeah, it's Ghost in the Shell.
Right.
Well, it's also like Ghost in the Shell's Ghost in the Shell outfit.
Robert, I've seen Ghost in the Shell. She's just actually naked. The cartoon lady is actually naked in Ghost in the Shell.
Is she?
Yeah, dude.
She's got no nips or labs.
Well, you see, what it shows is that Major Kusanagi is not human because she isn't subjected to the normal human mores of their society as a result of her nudity. She's unabashed because she doesn't see herself as a sexual object.
It's a critique on humanity.
Exactly correct.
Right.
If you sexualize her, that means you're the monster.
That's on you. You're a monster.
Yeah, but where's her labes at, though, you know?
Dude, as soon as I watched that with Kate, I said the same thing. I was like, yeah, I mean, the animation's pretty good, but how good could it be if I can't even make out her clitoris?
Exactly. What's the point, really?
Yeah, I mean,
I think the clitoris is underrated.
I agree.
Is it underrated, though?
Give it more attention. It loves it.
Isn't it, like, the most highly rated?
Out of what?
Out of all the things that get rated on that scale.
What other things get rated on that scale?
Well, all genitals. I'm not trying to make this a sexist Steve bit.
Right.
But whenever people talk about the clitoris, it gets so much credit. They're always like, well, the clitoris, in one iota of its molecules, it has 10,000 times more nerve endings than the penis. The penis is always like, it's a blunt instrument, and the clitoris is like, it's an elegant Leonardo da Vinci-esque invention.
For a more civilized age.
Exactly.
You know, I'm actually raising money for my clitoris awareness fund, so...
oh, nice, yeah. Are you giving out free mammograms in the Costco parking lot?
Oh, yeah, I am,
That's
actually.
not legal.
I'll let you know.
Don't do
That's
that.
also giving out free
Probably.
pap smears because I'm into weird shit.
That's not great, to be honest with you. If you had a fully robot body, why bother? Well, what if she went to, like, a nude beach? She'd be instantly outed as a robot, and everyone would be like, oh, that's weird.
If I had a fully robot body, I'd still want a robo-dong.
Yeah, because if I go to the nude
Robo-dong.
beach, I don't want people going up to me and being like, what's life like being a robot?
Yeah.
You could snap people's dongs off in it, too. They'll think you're a lady, and then you'll be like, yeah, get in there. And you'll be like, pong! Got it.
You guys ever see Under the Skin?
I've seen Under the Sea, which is a song in The Little Mermaid. Is
That's
it
a
like
song
that?
in The Little Mermaid.
Under the sea.
That's really good.
Under the sea.
I mean, it's a little racist, but it's really good.
That's kind of what it
Yeah, but
sounds
so's
like.
the character, though, as well. In fairness.
I don't base all the decisions in my life around the possibility of going to a nude beach. Well,
It's time to start.
Yeah. You're really missing out, to be honest with you. Would
you
guys
ever been
go
to a nude beach? Okay, that.
Yeah,
that's
right, yeah.
the segue. I appreciate. There is one in Vancouver, and it's called Wreck Beach. And then I have no
Correct.
idea. I have no idea why, to be fair. And then what I have heard is that it's exactly what you would expect from a nude beach, in that it's a bunch of old hippies walking around with their dongs hanging out.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, I don't want to do
I
that.
mean, I'm not gonna say that it's awful, but I will say that's not what I'm in it for, and I think that's good.
Can
I
they
think
do
it's- if
like
you're-
under 40 nude beaches?
Yeah,
for
but
the
then
new
it's
generation?
like, in a way that's almost weirder to me, because like, if you're a nudist, you just like being nude, right? I think there's something very pure about that. That
Oh,
you're like,
but then
I
you're
just-
adding a sort of sexualized element, saying you're not the right kind of nude for me.
Yeah, if you're like, this nude beach is only for hot people, I'm like, I don't want to go to that. That sounds like a douche petri dish.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't want to go to either nude beaches, because, I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, it's hard to tell, but I don't exactly have a beach body.
I mean, me neither, for one, but I
Me
also
neither.
just I don't like being naked.
I mean, I enjoy being
There's-
naked probably as much as the next guy, but
There's
like...
some situations in which I'm okay with being naked.
Yeah, right, yeah.
But-
Except for the socks. Gotta keep
Well,
the
I mean,
socks.
Gotta keep all the socks. I put an extra pair on, actually, when I'm naked.
No, it's important, yeah.
Double sock.
Otherwise,
Wait.
it looks weird, you know?
You can switch weapons?
What?
Yeah, apparently. I don't know how.
No! No! Where?
Yeah,
How?
there's a power-up that says, like,
You gain health when you switch weapons.
No,
Right.
they mean when you change out your active weapon, you gain health during that. You scared the shit out of me. I thought I played all these hours. I didn't know you could switch weapons. I was gonna be so embarrassed.
You think people wear socks and sandals on nude beaches?
I don't think you
Yeah.
can. I think that betrays the code of ethics, right?
Think there's
Probably.
any ethics on a nude beach?
You gotta.
I mean, I would
you gotta
think,
be
yeah.
nude, right? I'm sure
Yeah.
you can't just go there and be like, "Hey, I'm just here to look."
If your
right?
dong's out, you're nude as far as anyone's concerned.
Yeah, but there's definitely some, like, unwritten codes of ethics on a nude
I think
beach,
they
right?
might
Like,
be written.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's probably true. But, like, you can't just, like, going around helicoptering, you know what I mean, right? Like, that's gonna...
I
kinda
think
weird.
you
No,
can.
can't you?
Yeah, I thought that was part of the point.
Are you allowed to helicopter on a nude
Well, I
beach?
think so.
it's about just letting it all hang out, right? She's mighty, just letting it all hang out.
Is it more or less awkward to scratch your nuts on a nude beach?
I think it's way less awkward. I think it's like
acceptable there.
You're basically going to like PAX for nudeness, right?
It's like at a zoo when the gorillas are all like together in a cage. You can do whatever the gorillas do.
At PAX, if you want to walk around in your Naruto cosplay, like, do it, dog.
Yeah,
that's what it's there for.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Oh, jeez.
The grants an extra bomb purchase on the item unlocker is like the worst thing. I don't know why that's on there. You just get bombs sometimes.
Oh, jeez. Oh. Stop.
Oh. This game's pretty hard.
Yeah. I've noticed that as well.
Difficult.
It seems almost harder now, actually.
Yeah,
Despite
they heard
giving you extra stuff.
They heard we were coming, so.
Yeah, you can hear me coming from a mile away.
Yeah. My socks rub together.
Yeah.
You guys like orgasms?
Nah.
Heard of them.
Yeah.
What's the point of them?
It's like my favorite NLSS bit is the boys talk about like a subculture of which they have no knowledge and try to piece together what it's like.
Absolutely. That's always fun.
Like nudists, there's like literally zero danger I ever become a nudist.
Yeah,
it's just I'm not built for it.
Is that a danger thing?
No, I don't think it's. Well, there's zero chance. There's zero chance I ever become a nudist.
I am so not gonna become a nudist that this is not an exaggeration. My legs haven't felt sunlight since like maybe high school. So like,
well, for me, don't rule out the option. It could happen someday.
Most likely to become a nudist out of the NLSS group. I wouldn't even necessarily. Oh,
yeah, definitely Mouth. Yeah.
I was gonna say, well, he's either nudist or never nude. Is Mathis? He's the most likely to have some kind of thing related to nudity. I think. I don't know why I think that. I just. That's the vibe I get from him.
Yeah, no, he does kind of seem like a pervert. You're right.
From the first time I met him, I said to myself, this guy really strikes me as a guy who always likes to be nude or never likes to be nude. It's just his defining personality feature.
I never knew never nude was even a thing, but The Sims 4 said it. So I guess it is.
Oh,
cool! Don't take this the wrong way. I think it might be one of those things that wasn't a thing until it was on Arrested Development and then became a thing legitimately afterwards, but I'm not totally sure.
It's not a real thing.
If you're gonna tell me that, like, oh yeah, there's people out there who have a fetish for getting the nail jammed through the head of their dick, then I'm gonna tell you that never nudes are a real thing.
I meant just the term. I didn't know anyone used that term for you're always clothed.
That's definitely an Arrested Development thing.
By the way, side note, the guy who did the music for this game is in my chat right now.
Oh, really?
It's a great soundtrack.
Yaroslav. Yeah, it actually is really good. I have a soft spot in my heart for 8-bit music.
The first zone is so cheerful every time. It just gets me excited to keep playing.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, as we were talking about dongs and nudity,
don't call it finger dicking. I don't respect that.
What?
Is that like when you put your finger over your dick and it hides the entire penis? Because I gotta tell you.
Oh yeah,
there's a name for that?
Standard.
They just wrote it in The Sims 4. I didn't know it was a thing.
You just go out to the McDonald's and finger dick it a little bit until security kicks you out.
Right? Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Is there ethics for that?
I'll be honest. Like, I am so insecure about any kind of nudity, like involving myself. So like. There's a 0.00% chance that I would ever actually go to a nude beach. Maybe I'd look on from the distance and watch old man ball swag in the wind. Swag?
Yeah, that's what it is. If you're an old nudist, you have to have swag.
Right. No, that's fair, actually, yeah.
Oh, no. 1 HP.
Oh, by the way, that cat friend, between runs, you can unlock new items that show up in the game with the cat friend.
All right.
He says sup to me.
You say sup to him. That's the actionable item. You scared me, Kate. Kate, have you ever been to Wreck? Have you ever been to Wreck Beach? That's the nude beach in Kitsilano. See, I told you.
Are you allowed to bang on a nude beach?
I think people
so.
do it, and I don't think anybody says anything.
Dude,
Right.
don't take this, like, and I'm talking to chat here, don't take this the wrong way, but I think nudism is, like, one of those pure things where, like, people outside of the subculture are like, well, it's all about hanging dong and, you know, getting it wet, right? But it's actually not, I think.
It's about carrying a dry towel and putting your butt on it.
I think they just actually really like being nude.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh.
There's nothing wrong with that. Is it one of those? Is it one of those things? So, like when I was younger, hypothetically, if I were to underage drink when I was younger,
right? Yes.
Then, like we used to go to places, or we would hypothetically go to places where.
Get out of here, Kate! I'm doing a show.
Hypothetically, we would go to places where, technically, you're not allowed to. What did I miss?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Technically, you're not allowed to drink outside, but like if you just go to places where cops are like just way too lazy to go after you, then they just don't care. You know, like if you go to
saying the rules are only enforceable when the rules are enforced.
Well, I mean, yes, but like there are some places where like if you go to say Strawberry Fields in Central Park.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Weed, is that what the song's about?
That's where all the kids smoke weed in the middle of Central Park, isn't it?
Yes. And I don't know if the song is based on that or it's the other way around, but you know,
it's based on the. They heard the song and they said, "Man, that's a great idea for a park."
Well, they do have the John Lennon Memorial like right outside.
Well, yeah, because you got freaking ganked.
Well, we need a place that we smoke weed in the city. What should we call it?
But anyway, so like if you go into the middle of Strawberry Fields, you can just chug booze. I mean, cops are even walking around the outside. They just don't go in because they don't like walking that far. Yeah. There are even dudes walking around in Strawberry Fields with coolers, and they sell beers, and it's completely illegal.
But like non-alcoholic beer, though.
No, like beer.
You need like a liquor license to do that.
Yeah. Well,
you don't. You just need one to not go to jail or get fined for it.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You can do whatever you want. That's life's little secret.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's consequences, but honestly, I'd say it's worth it.
I'm with you. My friend got in trouble because he used to sell candy bars in school.
Like he got in trouble for the fundraiser, man. That's totally legit.
Yeah, but it wasn't. He was just like doing it to make some money.
There was fundraiser.
There was something like that in Vancouver, actually. I saw it on the Vancouver subreddit. Wait, is that good? I think I got it. There's like these kids went around pretending they were raising money for charity, but instead they used the money that they got to buy fidget spinners. And then the mom made a Facebook post that was like, if you gave my son money, please reply to this post so that I can give it back to you. Otherwise, I'm going to donate it to charity because they just used it to buy fidget spinners.
How many fidget spinners did they get out of that?
Dude, I don't know, but more than they deserved, I guess, in my opinion.
That's pretty hilarious.
They probably learned some sick-ass tricks with them.
Chain lightning split.
That's like
Chain lightning, dude.
My teacher who stole all the money from our class.
We had the exact, I think I told you about it, we had the exact same situation. Dude embezzled all the pizza money, or much of the pizza money for himself.
Why are they doing that? That's screwed up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but then later I was like, I mean, he's not making any money teaching 6th grade at this school. Like, you know, it's like on the one,
though.
Like on the one hand, I'm like, dude, that's pretty rude. Then on the other hand, I'm like, you know, you don't get paid what you deserve. Then on the other hand, don't steal the pizza money.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would imagine, like, swindling children is among the
well, I didn't feel swindled. I was buying pizza at $2 a slice. I got the pizza.
Oh, okay.
Wait, he was passing on the markup, though, right? Like, he was giving you the difference.
I believe that what had actually happened is, first off, never mind. I was going to ask how you use a key, but I figured it out. I believe that it was meant to be like the money from the pizza went to the class. Like the whatever's left over as a take-home profit was like a class thing that we could spend on, like, I don't know, more pizza or something eventually. But instead,
it's some kind of freaking pizza scheme, like a what, a Ponzi scheme or something.
That's like all I was concerned about at that age, though, was getting as much pizza as possible.
Pizza Ponzi.
Actually, speaking of classroom money, have I ever told you guys about this teacher that absolutely hated me in 4th grade?
How hateable are you in 4th grade?
Well,
here's the thing.
Oh yeah, I guess pretty hateable.
Whenever I start this story, people are like, "Come on, no, like you're there's no, you're just making it up, right? Like there's no, it's in your head." Here's the thing. Okay, so she straight up fucking hated me. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
I would get a bunch of like really bad grades on essays and stuff. Like, well, not essays exactly, but you know,
essays
like,
you're writing in 4th grade.
Yeah, like kind of, you know, like book reports kind of stuff.
It's like tell me about your favorite dinosaur in 2 sentences or less.
Yeah. And like, honestly, I did not feel like I was doing anything wrong, but my mom, she didn't believe me.
Chat,
of course.
I want to know your favorite dinosaur.
Who would believe an 11-year-old over their teacher?
Right, yeah. So she would get mad at me about, you know, doing poorly, and I would just be like, I don't know what else I can do. I'm in the 4th grade. And so anyway, she didn't believe me, and then eventually I had this report, and I was like, I just, there's no point. Like, I'm just gonna get a horrible grade, doesn't matter what I do. Yeah. And so she does, to try to prove it to me, she does the report on silverback gorillas in the 4th grade. This is a 40-plus-year-old woman, doing a 4th grade report on silverback gorillas. It was a great report. Had a bunch of pictures in it, a bunch of different bullet points and stuff. You know, it was a great report. She failed. A 4th grade book report. She failed. Okay, so like, this lady, and that's not even like, this lady was such a fucking jerk to me.
What did you write in red on the essay? I need to know.
I don't even remember. I probably still have it somewhere.
I wish you'd gone further up the chain, though. Like, your mom had contacted, like, a professional writer, like a primatologist or something, and gotten the primatologist to do the report.
You know what's even... Okay, here's another weird aspect of this. Before my mom found out that she did actually have it in for me, she was, like, trying to befriend my mother.
Oh.
Like, she would call her up all the time just for fun. Like, it was,
what?
It was, dude, like, this lady was actually insane. She still works at the school, actually. I looked it up recently.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Wait, so she had this system where she had fake money, right? That she would hand out to the class if they did something good. I never got any, but again, this was part of the thing, right? Where I was
getting
like,
richer, right?
Well, this is part of the thing that I would feel like I was being, you know, singled out in front of the class, right? But then, you know, there's no way to prove it. Except, sometimes she would give out fake money to just everybody in the class.
Look at your bankroll. There's your proof.
Well, like, she would give it out just in general, just to everybody in the class, just because she felt like it. But she would give everyone except me $1 of the fake money.
Well, Billy's got a fat stack in his sock, and Robbie's got nothing.
That seems too much, Robert.
Yeah, I know. It was traumatizing. I went to fucking therapy after that lady.
Did she ever become friends with your mom, though?
Yeah, no, they're cool with each other now?
No, not at all. Like,
once she found out about the essay, though, like, how did that go down?
Well, so she had honestly been pretty creeped out by her, like, by the friend thing, because she was also kind of creepy in general. But, like, she, after the essay, she kind of stopped talking to her, and she was like, all right, yeah, I believe you now. That's fair enough. And I was just, the whole time, I was just like, just believe me. Just believe me, woman. But she wouldn't, so, you know.
Just going around
on the bright side,
yeah.
At least it was like 4th grade.
Yeah, that's true.
Could have been 11th.
Yeah, that could like ruin your life.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, it sounds like it did anyway.
From high school ever. Sorry.
I did graduate from high school.
No, I'm saying if it was 11th grade, they could have just decided you're done.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta drop out. That's what we're doing. That's how they do it these days. I never really had, like, terrible teachers, except for the dude who embezzled the pizza money. He was, like, a mafioso. Like, he believed in collective punishment. So some days he'd be, like, really frustrated. One kid in class who was, like, not the best student, admittedly, but wouldn't do his homework, and he'd be like, okay, no recess for anybody today. And we're like, really, dude?
So they wanted you to enforce your own vigilante justice.
Like, he's like, you know what really motivates this kid who has, like, a learning disability to do his homework is if the entire class hates him and he feels like he has no support structure whatsoever.
Dude, you cut to that shot from Full Metal Jacket when he's, like, asleep and everybody puts their soap in their sock?
Yeah, that's basically what it was. And then, like, I mean, I'm not saying that he wasn't on a path that was like this prior to this moment, but I don't think it helped. Like, in 10th grade or 11th grade, he just, like, took his head and bashed it against the glass on our, like, high school door over and over and over, and like smashed the door open with his skull, and then had to go to the hospital. So like,
he went to hospital over that?
He went to hospital. It was one of those reinforced, like that has the steel wire in between the glass.
Oh my god, that's the bulletproof safety glass.
Yeah, I mean, if he had shot it with a gun, he would have been.
Actually, I don't know if those are the same thing. They might not be the same.
I mean, either way, you know.
I know it's the glass, though.
That guy's, like, no good. Also, like, we had a computer in our class, one computer for, like, 30 people, and this was an advanced classroom in those days, but we got, like, an hour a week as duos to play Lemmings. And then the whole year, we would, like, save up our Lemmings passwords, and he knew, like, to know what level we were on. And then at the end of the year, like, whichever team had the furthest progress got some kind of prize. I can't remember what it was. But we like cool, kept our progress. I mean, that was pretty decent, but we kept our progress like on a board so that everybody knew, and it was like verifiable. And me and my buddy were crushing it. We were killing it. We were on like level 70. Everybody else was on like level 22. Then at the end of the year, he's like, okay, everybody hand in your passwords. My friend lost the password sheet. And then we were like, but I mean, you saw, like, you supervised us. You know we were on, like, level 80.
He didn't let you.
But, you know, if you don't have the proof from the password sheet, I can't,
yeah, he's teaching you about bureaucracy with that.
He was, but by being the thing that he hates.
I know.
It's the worst way to teach a lesson.
Yeah, he's teaching due process. And
now you know what happens when you go to the DMV.
He teaches you how the burden of proof is on the accused, not the accuser.
Does that map? That might map. I don't know.
No, it doesn't. That's not. Okay. I'm being.
He also had. I mean, it really does pale in comparison to this teacher's very strange vendetta against you in particular, but I think he also just didn't like my friend because one day my friend got like a 25% or something on a math test. And
that's really low.
You know, you're like, it's 6th grade. It's like, what's 8 times 8? You know, you're gonna, unless you don't know what it is, you're fine. And he was a pretty smart dude. So he's like, why did I get 25%? And the teacher's like, oh, you didn't show your work. And he's like, yeah, but I know the answers. He's like, well, but you didn't show your work. He's like, yeah, but I know the answer. Like, ask me anything and I'll put it in here. And he's like, nope, that's how it's gonna be later in school. So you got. They argued for 45 minutes.
Oh my God.
This grown, like, 50-year-old man and my 12-year-old best friend argued about it as if they were peers for 45 minutes. And then eventually the teacher was like, well, we got to do a lesson. Like, my friend was in tears, like hysterical, basically, which is ridiculous in its own right.
25 is super low, though. I understand being pissed about that.
Yeah, I mean, he was freaking out, and I was like, his whole identity was around being smart, basically. So, you know, it's a shattering thing for a 12-year-old. Yeah.
Especially when the reason for you getting such a low grade is because you're so good you don't need to do the extra thing.
The teacher was like, well, we got to do the class, so... Like,
so fuck off and sit down.
Well, he's like, we're gonna do this thing about like, we're gonna have like a miter saw lesson where he teaches us how to use a miter saw, and he's like, well, we can't do it in the class because you're being hysterical right now. So he took the other 25 people out into the hallway and taught us how to use a miter saw. Well, like, my friend cried himself to death in the classroom by himself.
Jeez.
What a cunt!
Yeah, he's pretty much just like a total dick.
Call your friend, he's crying.
You know, like, honestly, like, this is one of the things that I really hated about school. Not to get up on a soapbox or anything, but like one of the main things is like it doesn't try to teach you problem solving as much as it tries to teach you obedience to like rules and rule sets, and then like it's frustrating. It's very frustrating to me sometimes. But
depends on the teacher, though. I mean, there's certainly swings in both directions.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right.
I also understand it from like both sides, though. Not
I
because
do too.
Like, but because like if you give anyone the benefit of the doubt, they will inevitably disappoint you.
They look for loopholes in the system.
That's not my reasoning, but you know.
You know, there's sometimes you'd be like, you know, oh, I guess I'm just gonna die then. You'd be like, you know, I'm gonna give you an extension. I'm gonna be a nice guy. You know, things happen, and then like.
Word gets around and everybody wants an extension.
Then, you know, you're like, hey, there's the extension days here, where's your paper? And you're like, oh, yeah. It's still not quite done yet.
Yeah.
But I have respect for school.
I do too. I mean, I'm not to be non-jokey on a presumably jokey show, but I mean, no, I'm very passionate about education. Actually, I will say, but you know, there are some things about it that I wish would change, personally.
Like what?
Well, I mean, to name one thing, standardized testing.
Oh, I thought you say fire that one lady.
Yeah, that lady's gotta go.
Her too, actually, though.
Honestly,
she's a real problem. Get her out of here.
I don't really believe in capital punishment, but I'd make an exception in that case.
Yeah, that lady was such a jerk, man. Like, she influenced my personality.
In the U.S., we don't have the proper means to kill people anymore, so we're just, like, injecting bleach into their veins and shit now.
That's true. Obama took all our guns, so...
No, I mean, like, they don't have the juice anymore that they used to inject, so they're, like, getting it from weird places.
Yeah, they had a couple of Good Wife episodes about that. Avoiding becoming a self-caricature as well. They really did have a couple of Good Wife episodes.
I think it was made in, like, Sweden or something, and they were just like, we really don't want you using this to kill people anymore, so we're just gonna stop making it. And then the U.S. was just like, shit. We got nothing else.
Just use fire like the olden days. That'll really scare people out of the, you know.
Can you believe, and Chad, please don't trip over yourselves to make excuses for our ancestors, okay? Can you believe how stupid people were in the Middle Ages?
Yeah, I can't believe how stupid they are now.
Yeah.
You stand here accused of murder. How would you like to plead? Not guilty. How would you like to be tried? Why don't you light me on fire? And if I burn, then I'm guilty. Or trial by combat also used to be a thing.
I don't know if that was.
No, it's not just the Game of Thrones. I don't know how common it was, but it was like literally, they thought that God would not let you lose if you were innocent.
But what about the other guy?
You get dumped in the water, and then they're like, if you float back up, then you're innocent, like as if somehow physics work differently.
I thought it was like if you float back up, you're guilty. So that was
no, maybe that is what it is. Yeah, so you're fucked
just
either way.
Either way.
I will say though, I think a lot of those things are more, you know, power retaining than actual logic. In that, like, you know, similar to, not to get a little bit religious here, but like, there is a reason that priests weren't allowed to get married back in the day, and it wasn't some religious reason. It's because the church held lands, and they didn't want hereditary passing on of those church lands. So
they have land parties? Land parties?
They have lands. They have lands all the time. Yeah, they would love Quake back in the day.
That's sick.
It's fallen out of favor now, but you know.
Well, maybe Quake Champions will bring it back for the church.
Well, it could be, yeah. But like, you know, those kind of things. Wait.
Yeah, more like Quaker Champions.
Oh, because that's also a religion.
That's a thing, right?
Quakers, like, yeah. They made
like
oatmeal.
Amish, Anabaptists. I don't know. Any Amish people watching the show want to weigh in? Any Amish people reading the transcript of this show 12 years after it aired?
They could be non-orthodox Amish. Maybe they believe in power.
Non-orthodox Amish.
They are just regular people, I think.
Am I an unorthodox Amish?
I think so.
We all are, really.
Yeah, like, I'm not trying to be insensitive. It's like you identify. You know, I would say that I'm not atheist. I identify most with the Amish, but I'm not practicing.
It's actually like, anyone else find it like really kind of freaky that they exist?
Freaky how? Like a freaky ghost bed?
Like just that they exist today. It's like 2017, and there are people who like choose to churn butter with some wood.
Ah, this isn't freaky. There's like little water bears that exist in space. That's not freaky.
Yeah, right. That's a fair point. It's just like, it's weird though, because like the one thing I don't get about the Amish is that like, you know, they swear off technology and stuff, right? But why'd they choose to start swearing off technology at like the 1700s?
Yeah, it's like
1700s technology. Like,
they're still using like buggies. Buggies are technology.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you should have to like use your hands. You shouldn't even be allowed to use stone tools, as far as I'm concerned.
I thought it was just like at the time of their belief system, that's when things took place, so they just want to keep things exactly the way they are. You know, like how when your baseball team wins, you go, I got my lucky socks on, we're just going to keep those socks on forever, and the baseball team can never lose, so Jesus wins, I guess. I don't know.
You guys ever watch the movie Kingpin?
Yeah, there's shit clouds in that movie, I remember that.
Well, it's a hypothetical shit cloud. The movie taught me everything I need to know about the Amish. Here's what I know about the Amish.
Great bowlers.
Okay. Great bowlers. Right. They do everything that the non-Amish do, plus a half. So that became very important in the movie because Roy Munson is like, I thought your average was like 230. And he goes, yeah, but you're only doing 10 frames. We Amish play 15 frames. And then he goes, oh, now it makes sense. And Roy Munson in that film is such a moron. He drinks milk right out of the cow.
Oh!
And then later,
gets sick.
Well, the Amish dad goes, we don't have a cow. We have a bull. So you're going to lead me to believe that Roy Munson has no idea what a penis is. He went to the cow and he's like, well, that's weird. Only one nipple on this udder. And the milk doesn't come out until you really tug on it for like 30 seconds. And then it's just a little bit, and it's really salty.
That was on a hair trigger.
Like, this guy, that's kind of where I lost the plot of the movie, where I'm like, I can't believe that Roy Munson is this stupid. Like, he lives alone in that movie. That would never be allowed to happen if he could accidentally drink bull cum thinking it's milk. It's just not conceivable.
Yeah, but there's a lot of protein in it though, so.
It might have just been one of those things where it's like, you know, don't ask. It's just like, that's what he does.
Yeah, everyone's like, well, you know, NL 30 seconds. This is a bull. He's not jerking his gherkin like every 2 hours like you people in chat. This bull has never felt the touch of a human being's hand on its genitals.
That's why I said he's on a hair trigger, but also I think he could get like acclimated to it and get used to it, and then it's like, oh, it's time for my milking, and then he's just ready to blow.
Actually, you know, speaking of ejaculating bulls, they do have to, you know, they do attract bull all the time. How do they do that?
They have a sleeve.
Yeah, I believe they have a prosthetic cow vagina.
I've watched a lot of documentaries on this. This is actually not a big deal.
I'm not even messing with you. I'm pretty sure they have the bull.
So there's
so they have a cow fleshlight, like that.
Kind of.
I believe so. Yes.
Let me explain. So there's one of those railings, you know, like you tie a horse up to, and then on top of that they put the prosthetic fleshlight thing, and then there's a particular person whose job is to guide the dick into the fleshlight.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they let it go for like 10 seconds or whatever, and then it's done.
How long could it take? I mean,
It really doesn't take very long.
Yeah.
And then they get a little vial out of the end of it, basically, and they just send it away to the cryo lab.
You think that's a good job to have?
I actually, like, I mean, in terms of the quality of life, absolutely not. But in terms of, like...
Probably pretty easy.
Well, I mean, like,
But that's not all they're doing. They're on a farm. There's 100 jobs.
Let me put it this way. I feel like you'd have, like, that's like the worst first day of your job. But after you've been doing it for 10 years, who cares?
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh yeah, today's bullcome day. You know, at least it's not yet another day of filing paperwork.
It could be every day, though. I don't know.
And if you're on a bull farm and you're farming semen, then, you know.
I feel
Dude,
like it would be a
hear me out
regular
here.
job.
I've come up with some bad business ideas on this show.
Yeah.
The Ton team, still, that's many reasons why that won't work. However, and, you know, I stand by those bagel holes that Rob and I invented.
Hell yeah.
I've seen them at multiple Starbucks since we talked about it.
Yeah, they watch, apparently.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We should just buy, like, a thoroughbred horse. We should all pitch in. Do you know how much you can sell good horse cum for?
You gotta watch its legs, though. Once the leg breaks, the cum's not good anymore.
I think it's easier to get.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, we should just break all its legs.
Then you gotta shoot it in the head.
And just jerk it off every day.
No, because I don't want the horse to win races. I want to sell the... Because if it ever
You gotta
races
prove
and loses...
it won
No.
races already.
No, we just buy one that's already won a race.
It's very expensive.
Why buy the milk when you can get the cow for free?
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's how that works, yeah.
Well, in the same vein, why don't we just rent a horse and then jerk that off? Because, like, you know, why buy the horse?
There's a clause.
When you
Surely
can just
there's a
rent
clause.
Can you just, like, rent Secretariat's grandson or something for, like, a weekend?
I don't think they'll let you do that.
Well, they definitely don't let you do that, but they don't let you do a lot of things, you know?
So you're saying it's like the cops in New York City and Strawberry Fields.
Exactly, yeah. You
What's
know,
going
just
on
take,
here?
You gotta find a horse rental that they're not gonna obsess over what you do with the horse.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Mr. Trainer. The horse, it's got a mind of its own. It's going into this back alley. There's nothing I can do. I'll be back later. And then, you know, you just happen to have a jug of horse.
This is such a Rick and Morty premise.
Who's gonna stop you? The horse?
Exactly.
The horse would never stop you.
It'd be the best time it's had all week, probably.
They don't get to come. They got hooves.
What if we just... Because you can just buy horse cum.
Right, yeah.
What if we just bought some good horse cum and then doubled it?
Right.
Oh, like dilute it with water and they'll never know?
Exactly. Just put some 2% milk in there.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing, yeah.
Would it curdle?
I don't know, probably.
Does cum curdle, or does...
No, it just turns into paste. Or like dust or something. I don't know. What does the guy with the cardboard box do?
It just gets all brown and weird.
So yeah, that.
I'm actually gonna die here on the second floor. Oh, maybe I'll just die on the first floor. Oh, no, wait, I'm alive, actually. Disregard. That was all for naught.
Oh, you know, if you hit tab for the map, you can teleport to any room.
Yeah. That's nice, except that my cursor isn't like where my cursor is. So
are you using windowed mode?
I am, yes.
Yeah, I think this is a game that prefers full screen.
It does, yeah, but there's no borderless full screen, so like
correct.
I take issue with I don't want to go full screen.
It's a principle thing.
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah.
I can understand that.
I'll live with it. Well, plus like the aiming and shooting is fine because it doesn't really matter because like, you know, it's gonna aim where it's basically saying it's aiming in a twin stick shooter. But
there was on the subject, sort of on the subject. I'm gonna give you a 3-minute warning as well. By the way.
Okay.
On the Monolith was fun. I had a good time. I got my butt kicked, but still. I saw a post on the NLSS Circle Jerk from someone that did an AMA. And the AMA was, I don't wipe after I poop. I just always get in the shower. Ask me anything.
See? Told you they exist.
Everyone else was going like, lol. I actually asked this person some questions. I'm going to see if they answer. Yeah. So here's what I said. What do you use to wipe your ass in the shower? Do you just let the water power wash the poop away, or do you use a tool like a sponge / your hand? I gotta know. Also, the other question is why? Or at least, why not wipe a little and then shower if you're gonna do that anyway? Their response. I use a good old glove sponge after a good power wash. What?
Glove sponge?
What is a glove sponge?
It's a glove, basically. You know, you wear
It's a sponge glove?
So it's like you use to wash your car?
But that's just a sponge, right?
No, they like it's like a mitt goes over your hand.
You put your hand into the sponge?
Well, so Jess has a thing called like an exfoliator, or they're called exfoliators or whatever. It's just like a coarse glove. I don't know if this is the same thing. Yeah, but like it's just a glove that you wear and you just kind of wipe it on your body, and then it, I don't know, tears off all your skin or something.
That sounds awful.
Why? Got a shower literally in the same room as my toilet, so why the hell not? I mean, an obvious question there would be how much time it wastes as opposed to just wiping your ass. But you gotta get fully nude, get in the shower, touch your own asshole with a glove sponge that is forever tainted, and then, dry off anyway, which is like wiping your whole body instead of just wiping your ass. But it feels cleaner. Oh, I hate that I didn't read this before I started. It feels cleaner, and I don't have any drain problems. You didn't have to bring that up. I didn't want to think about the actual chunks coming off in the shower.
God damn it.
The thing stopping me is not drain problems.
Ew.
And why would I wipe if I'm going to wash in the shower either way? That's the absurd argument here.
You're saving some money on the toilet paper, I guess. This, you
don't wash your hands before you take a long shower, right? Well, I mean, you're not wrong. Although, I also don't, have shit on my hands before I shower most of the time. All right. Well, we're gonna run some ads. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Boys, multiple chicken horse. See you soon.
The game really bugs out when you leave the window. Like in the window capture, it just freaks out and goes to the top left corner.
Actually, yeah, when I alt-tabbed, it did that to me.
Run ad.
When I alt-slaved, I shouldn't have to be.
I don't know about you guys, but like, when I don't want to. The reason I wipe, even if I'm going to shower right after, is because I don't want to stand up and then the plate tectonics come together. And I don't want the poop is just going to get smeared.
Are you talking about your butthole?
Yes.
Is that what I'm missing? Okay, sorry. I was half paying attention here.
It's no problem.
Yeah. So you're scared about the
Hey, speaking of plate tectonics, I'm getting like 3 megabytes down per minute. So I'm gonna try and tweak the wires. Hit the wire.
All right,
I don't know what that means.
His connection's not great, so I think he's resetting his router.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I translate Dan speak properly?
That sounds plausible.
That's a fair translate. I still think that we need a Rosetta Stone for Dan speak.
So here's you poop.
Yeah.
If you got poop like on your butthole, that's why you wipe. After you poop, you got poop on your butthole.
Why do we wipe, Master Wayne?
What?
Then,
why was he
Dr. Wiley?
When you stand up, the previously opened lotus pod closes once again to hide that beautiful flower.
Right, yeah.
Oh.
And in doing so, you ever like paint a little bit on a piece of paper and then fold it in half and unfold it to make like a symmetrical image?
Yeah,
that's what you're doing with shit. You're becoming a shitalist artist.
Yeah.
On your own butthole.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I wipe before I stand up, even if I'm gonna go shower.
That's why I spread my butt cheeks before I poop. I just put like one cheek on one side and one cheek on the other side of the toilet seat.
You guys don't use a spreader for that? They make an object, just holds your butt as far apart as possible.
It's your hip bone.
No, I'm talking about the speculum.
Yeah. No, I use that all the time.
It's like you go to the water park, they got those tube slides. Just imagine your shit's one of those. All right, I don't like this bit anymore. I've just gotten so gross with this.
It's a Rorschach made out of shit. Exactly.
It's a s'more
And it makes
shack.
me shit.
The same ad 6 times, dude.
Can't get enough.
You should be happy about that. If you got 6 different ads, they might have gotten you. But with one ad 6 times, you're resilient.
Yeah. It ensures that you will not buy that box.
Yeah, I was going to say
true.
it does the exact opposite of what they want it to do, which is make you never want that thing because you're so annoyed at it.
I think about that sometimes, especially, first off, I take on an accent when I say that for some reason.
I think about that sometimes.
It's like Scottish Jamaican.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
When, like, we do snarky things, like what we're probably going to do for E3, where... You know, EA spends like $500,000 putting on this press conference, and then we go, Battlefield 2242, I'll never touch that. And then we're like, why isn't EA buying advertisements anymore? Like, I'd really like you to keep paying my rent, but you seem to, you know, not be happy with the coverage that you've received as a result of this.
Fuck them. They don't need to advertise on our shit.
Nick?
Yeah.
You know, actually,
we welcome sponsors of all stars and stripes here.
Oh.
Speaking of things that you say weird, I saw a clip on the NLSS Circle Jerk of the NLSS the other day when everyone left, and did you like admit to having homoerotic dreams?
What did I say? What did I say?
You're singing a song and you're like, sometimes, like, you know, when I'm sleepy, I have dreams. Gay Ryan.
Oh,
What?
I did say Gay Ryan accidentally.
After you were talking about being sleepy and having dreams. Yeah,
Yep.
my name is Ryan. I like to dream.
It was the
When I
Shibuya
get
segment.
sleepy, I have dreams. Gay Ryan. So, like, you're pretty much like you. I mean, not that I'm judging you, but I'm just.
You got a problem with that?
No, I'm just, you know, I'm just curious, really, mainly. I just figured it was something to talk about. Yeah, right, exactly.
Hey, it's Isaac Baby and Isaac Baby too.
We got the whole crew in.
Oh, jeez. How do I get mouse pointer Isaac out of the game?
You want to hit right click and hold that, I think.
He's done it.
That's the secret code.
That was a weird laugh.
Kate, I have news. It's just a cover marriage. Watch out.
Yeah, apparently I come in 30 seconds, because that's how long I think it takes a bull that's never been stimulated to come to climax by Roy Munson's human hand.
Jeez, I'm also sorry,
I got
Kate.
a tiny dong because I never want to be a nudist. It's the only reason anyone would ever not want to be a nudist. It's not because they had back hair when they were 15. And then beyond that, the freaking I've been lying about my sexual preferences for years.
It's okay. You ever see the picture of the 2 lions getting on the ark? Nobody judges.
Oh, yeah.
They're both male lions.
They're both male lions, so it's okay. You don't have to feel bad about it.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty natural.
Is Dan's Gaming coming?
He wouldn't
That'd
be
be
talking
good.
that on this show,
Yeah,
let's
I
be
know.
honest. But...
Yeah, get Dan's Gaming on the show.
I sent him an invite.
Did you?
Mhm.
Did he accept? Is he
No.
showing up?
One time I saw Dan's Gaming in the airport on the way to PAX.
Really?
Yeah, and I looked at him, and he looked at me. I think I can't speak for him, but I definitely did the thing where I was like, I know this guy from Twitter. And then I think he's like, is that guy from Twitter that's got a cartoon as an avatar? And then nary a word was spoken.
Really?
Like ships in the night. We just...
I met him at a PAX East party, actually, and I had a short conversation with him.
Cool.
He's a funny dude.
Believe that, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember who I met these days. It all starts to blend together.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, like, I think most people on Twitch don't know about this show.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's true.
Like not like viewers, but I mean,
No, it's like I'm not insulted or anything.
No, we're like stealth Twitch people somehow. We don't show up on the radar.
we're not part of the Twitch culture.
Yeah,
to
like
some
it's
extent.
not. There's no clickiness to us
Right, but
outside
then
of
when
our
I was
own.
on main menu, everybody's like, "Oh, the NLSS! I love the NLSS." Except
When
nobody
people-
does, though.
Here's the thing: when I meet people and they go like, "Oh yeah, the NLSS, I love that show," I go, "You fucking liar." When I meet people and they go like quietly like, "Oh, I really like the NLSS. I've been watching it for a while." I'm like, "You're my dog."
Yeah, exactly.
Right, yeah.
If they're really enthusiastic and I'm like, "No, you've never seen the show. Don't even try it."
Yeah,
If
most
they're
people
like,
watch
"Hey,
that
that time you talked about stretching your sack like it was Play-Doh and then pasting it on the funny section of the newspaper to copy a template for a comic, that really resonated with me." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, you're in." We should give
Is
him like
that
a
why?
keyword.
We should give him a test. We give him a word right now. Come up with a good word, and then we'll know. We can say, "Do you know the word?"
Yeah, NLSS word association. Now that's a game that we should play.
Daniel,
What's the test word, though?
do you guys want to start a round while we wait?
No, Dan's in.
Oh, wait,
yeah,
Dan.
He's in. Yeah, he's in. There you go.
I think his voice is not here, though.
Yeah.
Also, he's just a mouse pointer that isn't moving.
I'm not even trying to lie, Nick. You saved my life today.
What?
Yes.
Why?
Because you know how I came on and like Robo Voice was like, "Look, my internet's potato."
Yeah.
I was about to call up Comcast and just talk to them for an extended period of
And
time.
then you heard me say reset his router, and then you did that.
Yeah, I'm like, what a genius, this guy. And it worked.
Oh, happy to hear that it worked.
Oh, that's good
What's up,
stuff.
guys?
How's it going,
Hey,
Daniel?
hey, Daniel.
Welcome back.
Hey, I've never played this before.
That's what I was gonna ask, actually. I'll just tell you straight up, you're done.
Don't worry, platformers are a second nature to me.
Are they?
Yeah, we
grew
should
up
do
on
the
this,
farm
man.
first.
Yeah, farm is
Points to
where the
win.
horses go.
Farm? I don't know. Farm might be. If Dan's never played this game, Farm's like a strange beast because of the creations we make.
It is a strange beast because of the creations.
Yeah.
So you want to
we
do
make-
rooftop? Are the beasts worse or better in the creations?
I
Dan.
think the bees.
Sorry, go on.
Bees?
That's-
You're talking about the bees. Yeah, that sounds way more.
Cool
interesting.
3D World made a bees episode.
You should see if Dan had weird teachers. As far as I'm concerned, Dan was a weird teacher if he thinks that the cytoplasm is the powerhouse of the cell.
That's the mitochondria.
Bruh, let's do one thing at a time. I had a teacher, my favorite teacher of all time, two things. She could squeeze you in one spot, you would crumble like a deck of cards, and number two, she would always say you could get high from an orange.
Okay, what?
Can you clarify the first point?
Squeezes you
No.
and then you crumple?
All of that needs to be clarified.
Well, she knew pressure points like there's no tomorrow, because she was like, you know, a shorter
Dan,
teacher.
you gotta
and
turn
could
your mic down. You're
Oh,
peeking.
sorry. I just pulled away. I get a little fired up.
You
Anyways.
caught those hands?
No, she caught my hands.
You punched your teacher?
No. She put the kibosh on me though. She was the only teacher that could put me in check, so I had nothing but respect. But anyways, so she could always say if you had the rind of an orange peel, you could get high.
Why would she always
what,
say
smoking
that?
it?
I don't know. She never told us.
Why would she always
What?
say that though? Like, why is that her? She's a teacher.
Wouldn't
Why is
teachers
that
want
her
you
motto?
not to be high?
Yeah.
She was just that she was kind of like the I don't want to. This is not derogatory, Nick, because she's my favorite teacher of all time. But she was kind of the Nick of teachers.
What does that mean?
Well, I can't squeeze you in one place and cause you to crumple. I know that for a fact.
Like a deck of cards.
She marched to her own tune and bucked the trend and the systems of life.
She's a buck.
Yeah.
Strong buck.
Was she a dime though?
Whatever the opposite of a dime, that's what she was.
You saying I'm not a dime, Dan?
No, but that's where the difference is between
No,
you.
I'm not a dime. That's okay. You can say that.
That's all right. We're all dimes in our hearts.
Nick, I don't know. With your prowess and
No, I'm like a 6 tops.
Nick.
What?
I was just reading something. It was in like Esquire or something. Not that I read, but there's like something called like a sapiosexual.
Something called
like,
what?
Sapiosexual.
Oh yeah, that's like a
What's
new.
that?
It's a new hip kind of sexual.
Yeah, and it's like Nick would be
monkeys?
like a 28 out of 10 on that scale.
Should I ask? I don't know.
That's
Is
when
it
you're
type
not
of
you're not
dinosaur?
attracted to like a gender. You're attracted to like their brain.
Oh, okay. That's.
I thought
not
that
a
already had a
new
different
thing.
name.
Yeah.
Isn't that pansexual?
No,
Oh.
that's when you find a 4X Scopy in the hospital.
I don't even get it.
I thought a pansexual was where you were attracted to satyrs.
Isn't a satyr like?
Better,
Isn't
better.
Austin?
What'd you say?
Is the satyr the guy that plays the flute with like the half wolf feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they're
Well, he's-
cloven hooved.
He's got hooks, yeah.
How are you guys making this jump? This first jump?
Oh,
You gotta jump
Dan,
over
you're
the-
so far like, and I don't say this to be rude. We have so many like metas built upon metas in this game that it would take a lifetime to teach you what we
You
learned.
jump. You just jump. That's all you have to do.
Is there a
You can jump
DJ?
around.
There is no DJ.
Okay.
Turn it up.
So what do I do?
Dan.
Just
Oh, you just. Dan, I was talking to a guy from Michigan today, and he sounds exactly like you. And I have a question. Do all people from Michigan sound exactly like you?
They're called Michiganders, by the way, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Michiganders,
Nick.
yeah.
Well, to answer the question, I have to ask you a question.
Okay.
Always.
Do all people that live in one of the boroughs have their wall that looks like they've been in prison for 20 years?
You know, like, you say that as a joke, but kinda,
But
yeah. Like, kinda. Like, there's a good portion, yeah, I would say, honestly. Like, it's... Keep in mind, New York is a city where, like, you know how
Never
you...
sleeps.
When you... Well, that. But, like, you know how, like, when you grew up, you're learning American history and stuff.
Nope,
Canadians,
cannot relate to that at all, actually.
but then they show you about like, oh, you know, in the Great Depression, people lived on the Lower East Side in these tenement houses where they would fit 6 people to a room that was only, 10 square feet wide. Well, those apartments are now worth millions of dollars in New York.
Hell yeah.
So like,
Because the rent never went up.
yeah, like it's just like the. It's,
Wait, that doesn't make sense.
No, that's, I wasn't gonna mention it, but
But
Wait,
that
did you
is
say-
the thing, that if you have an old apartment and you stay there, the rent can't go up.
It's a rent control thing. I learned it from
rent control.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My apartment is rent controlled actually. but
Ooh,
it's not,
nice.
yeah, no. but
You paying like $50 a month?
No, it's because the thing is, like, rent control doesn't. It'll still go up, but like not by as much as it can. Sort of.
Well, I thought it wasn't allowed to go up until you move.
I don't know exactly how it works, to be totally
Oh.
honest with you. So grain of salt or anything.
Did
but,
you say you live in George Tenet Square? You asked him about his Maybach?
what?
I don't recall him saying that, no.
Yours was tinted, but his might have been rented.
How do you feel about cheeseheads?
The Packers fans or people with
Yes.
actual heads of cheese?
Yeah, Packers fans.
Actually, I want to know more about the people with actual heads of cheese.
Well, what about head cheese?
Oh.
That's made out of all the leftover bits ground
talking
up
about-
and put into gelatin.
The penis stuff.
What do you mean bits? Like Twitch
Well,
bits?
I mean, I'm with them 100% on this one. They are the bits of the animal.
It's the leftover stuff that doesn't fit into the usual meat sorting arrangements.
For my anniversary, well, our anniversary, we went to this pretty fancy Italian place, and we're like, "Hey, chef, you choose the menu." And then the second course comes out, and they're like, "Oh, this is a crispy pig's head with like
Oh, no!
radicchio." And then we went, "Crispy pig's head. That's kind of weird." We looked at it, just looks like normal meat. Ate it, we're like, "This meat is good, but it's a little weird." Looked it up online. Yeah, they just grind up all the head meat and then fry it.
I saw
Brains?
on No Reservations or something, they were making the pig head meat, and he was like boiling the head and then like ripping chunks of it out with this like hook contraption. It's gross, man.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It wasn't that bad, but I was conscious of the fact that I'm like, I mean, if I didn't eat this, you guys would be putting it in the trash.
Well, how do you know it wasn't an accoutrement?
What do you mean?
Like something high end.
It was, I think. Could have fooled me.
I wouldn't be more opposed if we used more of the underutilized parts of the animal, you know?
Yeah, but I want like monetary compensation if I'm eating the head. Like if I'm eating the head, the taxpayer should foot part of the bill.
Yeah, that's not the first time I've heard that.
The image out of my mind of the like boiled skull with the meat falling off it.
Would you say you can't get it out of your head?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Can't even know.
Wait, are people mad at Jerry Seinfeld for
Dude!
that?
Yeah.
For Kesha?
See, that clip is my favorite clip.
I became less mad at Jerry Seinfeld because that was funny as hell.
So for anybody unfamiliar, there's a viral clip from yesterday where Jerry Seinfeld's giving an interview, and Kesha comes up to him and goes, "Oh my God, I love you. Can I have a hug?" And then he goes, "No, thanks."
Nah,
and then
nah, not interested. No,
she
not
keeps
interested.
trying to like get deeper into the hug, and he goes, "No, thank you. No, thank." And he like pushes her away at the end, basically, and she goes, "Oh."
No,
And
he
then,
doesn't push her. He just backs away a couple steps.
well, but he's putting his hand in her face. He's like, "This is the last time."
Yeah, you're gonna stop saying this now. Yes.
Yeah, it's like one way or the other. This is the end of this situation. So you choose where we proceed from here.
Well, and then also at the end, he says to the interviewer, "I have no idea who that was."
Yeah.
And the interviewer's like, "It's like,
Kesha.
oh, that's Kesha."
And he goes, I wish her well.
And then he goes, "Oh, well, I wish her the best."
Honestly,
hilarious.
don't take this the wrong way. I could see Ryan doing the exact same thing.
I'm
not
actually
feeling bad about it.
I'm Kesha in like some of those situations, but I always ask. Like whenever people, if they meet me at a convention and they're like, "Hey, can we take a photo?" I'm always like, "Are you cool if I put my arm on your shoulder?" Because you never know. Like, I don't know why Jerry Seinfeld's anti-hug, but he has a right to be. It doesn't bother me if he doesn't want to hug Kesha.
It struck me as he was just being silly. Like, I don't even think he gave a shit one way or the other. He just he wanted to make a joke out of it.
I think he legitimately didn't know.
Yeah, I think he's like, this is a stranger, and I don't want to touch them just because.
And he's doing an interview on top of it. Like, don't hug me during an interview.
Also true.
That is the other thing, is that it was kind of rude too. Like the dude was like
Kinda rude.
Well, I mean, yeah,
oh, excuse me, Jerry Seinfeld. I'm Kesha, multi-platinum recording artist. You may remember me from that Timber song with Mr. Worldwide. Just want to tell you I'm a big fan of your show. It's nice to meet you. Instead, she goes, "Well, he's doing the interview. Oh my God, I love you. Can I have a hug?" Yeah. He gave the dude no time to process the interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to me, that's like a gut reaction that tells you what the guy really is about.
I agree.
And it's not like he has to think about being nice, not actually be nice.
But he wasn't rude either. He just didn't want to hug.
I think it should be within his rights to say no to a hug.
I will say there have been rumors that I heard in the past. Yeah, that like he's apparently not a very nice dude outside of you know, media. Like he also is apparently a bad tipper. Just saying.
Michael Jordan bad, or
I don't know. I'm not.
Because
sure.
I've heard
that's what I've heard.
stories about.
Wait, can we take a half step back? I think if someone comes to you and asks for a hug and you say no, you're a jerk.
What if he's not comfortable with that level of human interaction with a stranger?
Yeah. What about Howie Mandel? The dude doesn't wears gloves to shake people's hands.
That's different. I don't think you don't see Seinfeld walking around with some latex on his boys. But I mean,
he looks down at his hands and he goes, "These are my boys."
I'm just saying, like, okay, let me ask this: if someone exactly like Kesha came up to you and asked for a hug, what would your gut reaction be?
Well, I don't have that kind of like go fuck yourself money.
That's a good point.
I've got a public image to maintain. Jerry Seinfeld makes like, you know, $100 million a year.
But what does money have to do with human decency?
He could tell Barack Obama to suck his own dick, and it would be no problem.
He'd probably get shot, but I mean, you know, besides that.
By who? Barack?
Service. Well, yeah, and Barack. He does carry a gat at all times.
He's got latex on his boys.
Wait, Nick, would you offer the hug? I mean, would you acquiesce the hug?
Yeah, probably but I would be more apt to go with the situation before I know what's going on than to cause an interruption to what's... But the other thing is, if I'm doing an interview, it is gonna bug me that someone just barged in.
Yeah.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
I'm biased because I am a hugger. I'm one of those. I enjoy a good hug now and again. But I mean, like, I see where he's coming from in that regard.
In reality, though, I would love if Kesha came up to me and asked for a hug, because I've got so many questions. The big one is, what did you mean when you said, before I leave, brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack? Because, first off, obviously you're not using the bottle. I'm assuming you're pouring out of the bottle and using whiskey as toothpaste. First off, very bad for your dental hygiene. Secondly, you need the whole bottle? How much toothpaste do you
terribly
use?
Placed.
That's a lot of, yeah.
Like, is she using 40 ounces of whiskey to brush her teeth? It just doesn't make any sense.
40 ounces of freedom, I say. Sublime album.
What do you think she meant by manicure on her toes?
She says
like,
pedicure, actually.
Oh, pedicure,
I'm
but
sorry.
like on the toes of her toes?
I think she's just saying, is it like a call and response?
It's a self-echo.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
It's music language. Like, you don't have to know it, but you understand it underneath.
It's like tow your boat gently down the whiskey toes.
But Dan, you're anti-Jerry on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think this just pulls back the layers of Jerry Seinfeld that's been hidden over decades of good television. Honestly, it taints the whole series for me.
No.
Just because you get a lot of hug?
Talking like that.
First off, I think he's...
I got Robo.
I think he's within his rights, but at the same time, like... I think in this case, you also got to separate the man from the art, even if you think he's being a jerk for not going for the hug.
I always abide by that rule because I disagree with most people about everything. So, you know, you kind of have to, right?
You kind of
let's just put ourselves in the shoes. We'll put ourselves in the shoes of Kesha, right? So she's, you know, a celebrity. It takes some gall to come up to another celebrity and say, "Hey, I love you. Can I have a hug?" What about Kesha's feelings?
But he doesn't know it's Kesha.
Beyond that, what about Jerry's feelings?
Yeah, what about Jerry's feelings? Does he not have feelings?
Oh, sorry, a pretty girl wants to give you a hug. It's pulling teeth from the guy.
The truth comes out.
Nope, you gotta go the right way through. Go.
Can you separate the man and the art with Bill Cosby? Okay, well that's... Are Jerry Seinfeld and Bill Cosby on the same level?
You call that a logical extreme.
Yeah, yeah, that's a logical extreme.
There are that sounded like you just realized what a logical extreme was.
Well, I finally got the chance to be on the other end.
The real question is, does anyone feel bad for Steve Harvey?
For the Miss America stuff?
Did he forget the names just like Bill Cosby?
Oh, right.
Right, yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah. Kind of like Steve Harvey.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Steve Harvey, to be honest with you, so...
Well, did you see what he issued? He issued an ultimatum.
To who?
To Kesha?
No, he put a thing out to everyone that works on his show. Don't interrupt me, don't come in my door, and don't say hello to me. Get out of here with that. Who do you think?
Now that's mad.
Oh, congrats, Robert.
Yeah! Rack attacks.
Yeah, alright. Steve Harvey, I already knew he was a dick, but that's really low.
Yeah.
Although that's not nearly the worst thing of the things he does.
I don't know, I think it might be.
What's the worst thing that Stevie does?
I think he's got some backwards attitudes, but actively telling the people he works with never to speak to him. That might be the worst.
That's pretty fucked up,
It's all bad, but like, yeah.
And I also appreciate the meta aspect of the Seinfeld thing, that it actually is like the kind of thing that would happen on an episode of Seinfeld.
Yeah. They actually, I don't know if you saw, there was a best of post on Reddit where they constructed a Seinfeld episode around the incident.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
It was dead on. It was real good.
He should construct an episode around it. He is Seinfeld.
That's a good point, yeah.
I don't know, man. I can't just let him pass on a no hug. Because she asked once and then asked again, and he was double dick.
She asked maybe 4 times.
He did double dicker, you're right.
But what if he doesn't want to give her the hug? He'd be like, what if I went up to Kesha? And I was like, Kesha, I'm a big fan. Can I get a hug? I think she'd be creeped out.
No, she'd give you the fully.
Oh, I don't think so.
She'd give you a fully?
She's given an interview to oh, what's that guy's name? That would have made the perfect part of the
Robin
joke.
Leach.
No. The guy from Entertainment Tonight who had those leaked voicemails where he was dirty talking.
Billy Blaze?
No.
Billy Blanks.
No. The
Billy
Pat
Bush.
something. It's Pat something.
Pat
Summerall?
Sajak.
It's not Pat Summerall or Sajak. Chad will give it to me. It's like a 15-year-old reference at this point. But he was like the mustachioed guy on Entertainment Tonight, and he had the voice that was like, coming to theaters this summer, The Mummy promises high-octane thrills. And then a bunch of voicemails leaked where he was like, I want you to take... Yeah, Pat O'Brien, that's it. I want you to take off your panties real slow. And you're like, oh. Pat O'Brien? Come on, man.
I didn't know he got in trouble. I thought he just retired.
Is he still? Oh, maybe he got.
Did that kill him? Really? For
I thought he was still on.
Talking about panties?
It was a different era back then.
That shouldn't kill your career. That's stupid.
It's pre-Anthony Weiner.
Everybody does dirty talk now and again. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's you can laugh at it at that point, but
yeah. What you do in the privacy of your own voicemails is, you know.
Well, back in the day when it was dirty voicemails, now it's dirty pictures and videos.
Yeah, people are sending dong pics all over the place, man.
They say your best bet when you send dong pics or vice versa is you should watermark your dong pics so that way if somebody leaks them, you know who did it. You put the name of the person you're sending them to as the watermark.
How many are you sending out?
Yeah,
I don't know. I just read
sending
this
out
online.
the same picture to like 100 sources.
I just read this online. I don't send dong pics to anybody.
Yeah, baby, send me a picture. What do you look like right now? And then you go into your dossier. Oh, here's a good one. Let me just put the watermark on that one.
Nick, you've never sent a pic overseas?
I wouldn't tell you if I did.
I knew it. I knew
Overseas.
He's got a plethora from multiple angles, if you know what I'm saying.
And they're all watermarked.
Put the watermark with his
Put a
triangle.
watermark on your forehead. That ain't water.
Man.
Dan, did you know you can hold down the right trigger to sprint?
Well, thanks for that.
Just making sure.
Yeah, no, I do. Now I know.
Okay.
Actually, coincidentally, I was thinking of starting a Patreon where every month I would send out dirty pictures of my penis.
That'll never work on Twitch. What a stupid idea.
You gotta show
Yeah,
it a little on
right.
Twitch first.
That's a good point.
Ooh, oh, right into the bar.
fly, man.
Have people done that? I mean, like sending out dongs. I mean, specifically with like Patreon. I'm sure it exists.
Oh
right?
yeah,
But, like-
cosplayers, not to stereotype.
No, but with dudes though.
Dude.
Yeah,
Because we all know dudes will pay for naked photos of ladies, but vice versa.
Yeah.
well, that's a little sexist of you, Ryan.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, if all the money spent in the adult industry, how much of it is coming from
There's a developing
men?
market there, perhaps.
It's one of the BREC nations. It's rising right now. It's not quite a first world porn economy, but it's it's a growth
starting
industry.
out.
Wow.
Oh, I get it, a growth industry.
Yeah, I like it.
Boing.
Yeah. Clever. Yeah.
I didn't get that joke until you dropped the spring in there.
Boing. Thanks, Psychosocial and 1PD93 for the subscriptions. Didn't mean to kill the entire conversation.
No,
You can-
I mean, what are we supposed to do from that point? I mean, you just double down deeper on it, but
I was reading chat. Yeah, no, I was I'm kind of testing the water to see if people want to see my dong, really, but.
Can you talk about the man from Edmonton whose dick got declared the biggest dick in the world?
Whoa,
That's
good for
pretty-
him, man. That's
Well,
great.
I want to know who certified it first, because if it's not Guinness or like Sotheby's, then
I didn't know that it's the same Guinness that makes the beer. I really
actually, in a similar note, you know how chefs get a Michelin star?
Yeah.
You know
is
that's
it Michelin tires?
Yes,
Yep.
it is.
No.
Same company. Yeah, yeah.
No.
That's
Because this is real. This is how
You're blowing my fucking mind.
when people a generation above us say like welcome to the real world, keep in mind they grew up in a time when a tire company made restaurant reviews because it would encourage people to drive more. They sat down in a boardroom and said, how do we get people to buy more tires? And they said, well, let's start reviewing really good restaurants.
And they'll have a reason to drive out to them now.
Exactly.
pretty much, yeah.
What if they take the bus? Really backfired then.
They didn't really think about that. Well, maybe it works with their, corporate, their state contracts with whose tires are going to be on your public transit.
Are there any more of these synchronicities that I didn't think about?
Well, I mean, the Guinness one makes sense because it was like it was to settle bar bets. You'd be like, hey, who do you think like the tallest man? How long do you think someone could keep their eyes popped out of their sockets for? And then somebody would be like, you can't. There's no way you can do it for more than 6 seconds. And
It's like a public service.
Because we got a book for that.
There's a whole culture around scamming people with like bad information at bars, right? So then you get the book, you're like, nope, you're wrong.
Yeah, that got destroyed by the Guinness Book of World Records.
I saw it on Better Call Saul, so I'm pretty sure it's a thing.
You watch Better Call Saul?
Yeah, it's a fantastic show.
It doesn't seem like a Nick show.
You don't?
I got to catch up this season, but it's not a Nick show.
I didn't watch the 3rd season yet. I'm waiting.
Shit.
I'm waiting to watch it all in one big gulp.
It's quite good.
Nick, sometimes you just tee him up, huh?
How so?
I'm not
I
going
don't follow.
extrapolate.
And I kind of miss, like, I don't know if this world ever existed, but I love the idea of, like, every bar having a Guinness Book of World Records, like, behind the bar.
Yeah, it's ready to go with the shotgun.
After you're, like, having the argument, let's settle this. They bring out this, like, well-worn book.
It's like they do at Patty's Pub, where they've got the game that they play, and they have to scream at each other, and then they break some glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
then,
that's
like,
the game.
I think the Guinness Book of World Records, like, jumped the shark. Because when it was, like, tallest person on Earth, you're like, that's pretty good. Oh, most expensive bra. Okay, well, that's, I guess, interesting. But then they got into, like, who can eat the most grasshoppers wrapped in a piece of paper in 45 seconds? And it became, like, way too specific to be meaningful anymore.
Yeah,
it's like, we probably, the same way they say, like, the average American breaks like 3 laws a day just by living. We're probably breaking some Guinness Book of World Records like right now without even knowing it.
That's how many
like,
spiders you eat on a daily basis too.
It's like sports stats. Like whenever I watch like this is a part of American sports specifically, where like they'll just pull out some just weird shit. You're watching a game and be like, he's the first quarterback to score 3 points in the 4th quarter while there was a man eating a hot dog in the 3rd row of the stand on Thursday night. It's just like, who cares? Like it's completely unmeaningful.
Did you break those teleporters? It's because the path was blocked by the log.
Hello, Wildcats.
Out of everyone here, or everyone not here, what would you say like would be a Guinness Book of World Record thing that someone has the potential to break?
Most voices, BaerTaffy.
You think so?
I knew voices.
Yeah, Bear's. Every voice that Bear does is a 10, Rob.
Wow.
That's true.
You got 9.9.
Rob does more voices, and Bear does fewer but more quality.
Best ratio of good voices to total voices, BaerTaffy.
Wow.
I could co-sign that one, but most voices.
Wow. This hurts deep inside me. Honestly.
Best collective, best average Big Brother finish. DanGheesling.
Oh, thanks, Ryan.
You get to be in the Guinness Book just for being on Big Brother now?
Whoa, what do you mean just?
I mean, they have like several hundred people that have been on that show by now, right?
Yeah, I will say though, the Canadian version just got ish-canned.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, Ryan wasn't watching it.
The audience up here is a little bit more discerning, so.
Yeah, they prefer much music to MTV.
Wait, Dan, you must actually have the record for most time spent in the Big Brother house as a contestant, at least for the U.S.
Actually, that's incorrect.
Really?
There's people that played 3 times.
What?
Wow.
At some point, you got to move on, man.
You're telling me.
You had the opportunity to play more, though. You just chose not to.
Yeah, once is enough for anyone. Twice is enough for most. 3 times, hey, look, I can't help you, fam.
3's a crowd.
What is that guy doing? How did he get that Versace jacket?
What would you have to do to go back to Big Brother again?
What would I have to do?
Like, what would they have to
convince
offer
you?
Yeah.
Honestly, the only way I'd go back is if they did an NLSS version.
Oh, yeah, I would go back for that too.
So that would never happen, but so that's pretty much it. Honestly, there's no. It's like literally being, and this is not. I don't mean to make light of it. It's like being a POW. It's not.
I don't know about that.
I remember when John McCain went to Los Angeles. He was like, "This is just like being in a Vietnamese prison camp and having my freaking fingernails pulled out."
I didn't say that. You have no contact with anyone.
Right, yeah.
Where am I going to get my Kanye news?
That's a good point. Wait, do you not get to, like, browse the internet? Wait,
no.
Actually,
look at this, Rob. Come on.
Rob, have you not watched it ever?
No, I watched
That's
the
point.
Supercut. I'll be honest with you.
It's to sequester you, so you go
like
nuts.
Cut off from the outside world, right?
How do you jerk off?
You
Like,
just
with your
you get laid
imagination?
by some stranger there, basically.
Yeah, you have a showmance.
Oh, yeah.
And then the America loves you, and they vote you up because of the showmance.
You still gotta jerk
have
off,
like,
though.
there's a TV in the Big Brother house,
You
right?
have to.
Ryan, I appreciate your brevity. No, there's nothing. You have nothing electronic.
What, you don't have like? I thought they'd give you like some DVDs or something.
Oh yeah.
You can't put media on it because it's already licensed through another media owner.
Well, I mean, you don't have to rebroadcast Dan watching The Shawshank Redemption.
But that means
what's
you
the
can
harm
use
in
it for
having some
privacy.
DVDs in there?
You can get uncut footage that way.
There
Someone's gonna be like, why would I buy The Shawshank Redemption? I could just watch Dan watch it for free through the live
I
cam.
guarantee people would watch Dan watch Shawshank Redemption.
There was an episode where we sang Happy Birthday, and they're like, no, you can't sing
Can't
that.
do
You gotta
that.
sing for He's a Jolly
Get outta
Fellow.
here.
'Cause they didn't want to pay the fee.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you're CBS, you got Billy's.
That's legit now. You're allowed to do that. They changed it.
Oh, really? Is it
that
public domain
changed
now?
a couple of years ago.
Oh, thank God.
It saved our asses. I'm sure we've sang it a few times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about like you got board games in there?
Anything that you would think
Milton
would be
Bradley,
fun in
man.
real life that's not fun to watch.
They censor the Pepsi cans.
Dude, but like, it would be fun to watch if the Big Brother people like had to play a game of D&D, and then.
Oh yeah, that'd be so entertaining. A bunch of A personalities that don't know anything about anything, trying to figure out what initiative is.
It would be lost. All of it.
So it's just like a nice house, and then like all the alcohol you can drink.
No, you don't even get that. You get rationed alcohol. 1 drink per
What?
person every 3rd day. We'd have
One
to
drink
ration.
per person every 3rd day.
Yeah, you'd have to, like, if you really wanted to do something special when they made the delivery, you got to divide it up, and then you say, hey, let's not drink it tonight. And then you have 12 different personalities, and they're like, no, well, I'm drinking mine tonight. And then they're like, well, we can't have fun 3 nights from now. So, so then it turns into a big fight, and someone gets kicked out and lose their $500,000 chances over a single Tecate beer.
Wait,
This
is
is so
this beer?
specific.
They
I'm
don't
pretty
even
sure
give you,
this has
like, a-
happened.
they don't even
Beer
give you,
and
like, a
wine,
fifth.
no hard alcohol ever.
What?
Yeah.
You would think that would be something that they would want, is you to get trashed.
Well, they used to do it until someone pulled a knife on someone inside the home.
No.
Oh. All right. Well, yeah, that's fair then, I guess. Yeah.
These guys have thought of everything.
So
They encouraged the hookups though, right?
they don't discourage them.
Okay.
Let's just say there's a competition where you have to strap your nether regions to each other. You know what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Wait. Are you saying they tied off your dick with somebody else's dick? Like, did that happen?
Yes, that's what he's saying, Rob. Yes.
On exactly. 1/3 of a drink a day?
Yes.
You're gonna need at least 2/3 of a drink for that.
I'm just more curious how you strap a vagina to a penis outside of, you know, the obvious.
The obvious way, yeah.
Yeah, the obvious way kind of gets it done.
Honestly, this will close off the Big Brother competition. If you want to win Big Brother, the only thing you have to do is not get into a fight over food or alcohol beverages, and you'll be fine. You'll win the game. That's really what it comes down to.
Is that what went wrong in your second experience in the house?
No, actually, I ran into someone with the similar intellect of Ryan Letourneau.
Oh, no.
That's my worst trouble.
But it was fun. It's an enjoyable experience, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
I've still not watched your seasons yet.
Nick, don't. I feel like out of everyone in the crew, I think Nick would look at me completely differently.
No, I know, and people keep telling me you gotta watch it anyway. I'm like, no, I respect Dan. I'm not doing it. He said don't do it.
Thanks, man.
I respected you more after watching Big Brother 10, honestly.
I can separate the art from the artist.
Yeah!
In this case, your performance is the art.
Do you not? You don't have like a Steve Harvey moment in your Big Brother seasons?
Truthfully, honestly, like you played the game exceptionally well, which is not something I could say about the Tournament of Shames. So, like, there was
coming from you though.
Well, I've won several times. I think 3.
I seem to recall a couple instances where things went really badly for you.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
I guess the same could be said of myself.
I won like 3 of those.
You did not win 3 tournaments.
I did.
What did you win?
What tournaments, Robert?
The
Duck game.
Yeah,
Duck game. Tournament.
And then it might have been 2. And then I won.
Magically, one just disappeared. Okay.
I don't remember because someone can look back.
Oops.
Someone knows.
Why does he have a crown?
Know what day it is, let alone what we've done multiple days ago.
Hey, did you guys ever see those crowns that were car fresheners?
Nope.
Never. I can't say I have.
You've never seen? It's a crown you put on your dash probably from the early 90s.
Oh, I've gotten those from Burger King when you get like a meal.
Sometimes they give you a paper crown.
Do you put that on your dashboard and you get burger scented car?
No, they're like actual crowns, and it looks like what's on Rob's head right now. But that's the air freshener crown.
Wait,
you guys have literally never seen them?
It must be a Michigander thing.
Yeah, it's
gotta be, yeah.
What's the Michigan slogan?
That's the that's the Midas Touch.
No, that's Midas Touch slogan.
That's Meineke.
Why live in Canada when you can be Automatica?
I don't think that's.
Actually,
that's the Michigan slogan.
Slogan. Slogo.
Honestly, I'm not one of those guys. I feel like you gotta let the slogo slide.
Would you let the slogo slide?
I feel like you gotta let him slide.
Apparently, it's pure Michigan.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges does. Not Jeff Bridges. Who's the guy from?
Probst.
No, the guy from Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, Jeff Daniels.
Yeah, he does the voiceovers.
Daniel Jeffs.
Before I leave, brush my teeth with a bottle of Jeff.
Do the slogo slide.
He lives in a city in Michigan called Chelsea, and everyone there knows just not to bother him. So he just like is a normal dude there.
It's like a Steve Harvey situation.
Exactly. Or like a Ryan Letourneau in Vancouver.
He'll fire you. Don't talk to him.
Hey, Ryan, can you tell us a story about someone in class knowing that you're Northernlion?
I had a classmate who one day said, "Hey, are you Northernlion?" And well, he like struck up a conversation first, and then he was like, "By the way, are you Northernlion?" I was like, "Yeah."
Come on.
That's it.
Wait, but
no,
like,
he knew.
He knew your name though, right?
Yeah, like first and last.
So
I mean, but what are you gonna do? You can't just like be like, "Hey, by the way, I know you're Northernlion." Like that's a weird way to approach that conversation.
You could just say, "I know your show."
Yeah,
he
but it's like
he might be watching right now.
I know. I mean, it's good to ask. It wasn't impolite.
Did he sit by you in every class after that?
We've been, on occasions project partners, yeah.
Did he carry his weight?
I'm not gonna throw the poor guy under the bus, and there's academic confidentiality agreements.
No, but there's always those group projects where there's like one guy that does that, or one girl that does everything, and then
I've heard about those.
that just sit back, have a nice sody pop, and
did he sit your friends?
Your question with another question, Dan.
What?
As an ex-teacher, what did you do when you saw that situation happen? Did you just let the law of the jungle sort itself out, or did you step in and try to balance the load?
Gotta balance the load.
I would try to balance the teams a little bit, but if it happened, look, man, my job is to educate, not to player hate.
I had one situation that's what they say when you get the job. It's educate, not player hate.
What were you saying? You had a situation?
Yeah, I had a situation where I was sick on the day that the groups were picked. So when I came back to school, I was automatically on the group of the 2 people who skipped class and me. And then we did the project, and the project was good, and everybody pulled their own weight. But the teacher pulled me aside afterwards and was like, "Hey, you guys did a really good job on the project. Just so you know, you can let me know if they didn't do anything." And I was like, "Nah, they did their work.
That's
they
did
I'd
have to tell them.
each other."
So did you make it up?
No, everybody did their fair share.
But who are you to say that they did their fair share?
Well, I mean, I was a good student, and they did not have the track record that gave them that level of underlying trust.
That's coming from the student who took an award and slammed it at his teacher's feet.
Yeah, I did.
Student.
I did slam the flower down on the ground in front of my substitute teacher.
Why'd you do that?
Well, because she was being a bitch. In my 8th grade mind, she was being a real asshole. So, well, I mean, we told the story in Battlegrounds episode. I'll give you the abridged version. We had a substitute teacher, and she was being like an ass the whole day to me. And I thought, all my friends are talking, and then I answer one of the questions that they have, and then she goes Ryan, get out there, stop talking, go stand in the hallway. And I was like, well, this lady's got it out for me. So then at the end of the day, our school was doing this assembly, Teacher Appreciation Day. And one representative from every class got a flower from the principal, and then we were supposed to go back and give it to our teacher. And she sent me up as an alpha move, right? She's like, look, I own you. My most hated student, go up there and get this flower for me, you bitch.
Oh my God!
I went up there and I grabbed the flower, and then I walked back to her, cool as a cucumber, and just threw it on the ground in front of her, and then walked out of the cafeteria. And then my teacher came back the next day and was like, hey, the substitute teacher called me yesterday and she was crying. What happened? And I was like, well,
This bitch got what she deserved.
Yeah.
In your teacher's defense, I've seen you with hair, and being a substitute teacher, seeing students like you, I'm not sure I would like you with hair.
What does that mean?
I'm just saying, I could see Ryan with one or 2 quips. He's got his glasses on. He's got his sweater pulled up tight, And substitute teachers go through the ringer, and then you got this jerk who's got the IQ of everyone in the room combined, and he lets you know it. This is 99. High school Ryan. This is high school Ryan, by the way. Modern day Ryan knows how to dial it back. His IQ.
Go on. Yeah.
No, but anyways, so I don't blame the teacher.
Speaking of substitutes, I told you guys the story about that one time that we tortured our substitute teacher.
What'd you do?
Did you hold him out the window by the legs? Because I've heard that's a thing.
Yeah, did you do the thing where you show up for attendance and then you open the window and just dive out and skip class?
No, so
on the 3rd floor.
It was weirdly, it just happened weirdly naturally. We had this substitute teacher who he seemed very weak.
I'm going in. Yeah. I'm going the drink.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what?
But he seemed very weak, and so we smelled blood in the water, right? And and so what we started doing is we just started being really loud, and also we just started banging on chairs and stuff. This is in drama class, by the way.
You so started like
a bunch of animals.
Yeah, like gorillas or something. You were just banging on chairs.
But then it got weirder because we started we had this improvisational. Well, kind of we had this improvisational song that we started singing, and we started singing it really loud. No, I don't know. It was crazy. It was weird. people were putting like war paint on their faces and stuff and dancing around them and
doing in high school?
And like fucking with them. And the dude was like, guys, please stop. I don't know what I. It was just like, so it was like it led into more and more until eventually he was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go talk to the dean, and so he went over to the dean, and he went, no, but like again, this is drama class. Remember that specifically, because what happened is, when he left the room, I was like, all right, everybody. And we got in a circle and did a drama exercise, and I was like, and so like everybody was doing like the call and response thing, and we looked like the most well-behaved class ever. And the dean came in and was like, I don't see anything wrong here. I'm not sure what your deal is.
That's why, like, there actually is like a prison dynamic to teaching. Like, you gotta start like you're on Oz or something like that. Like, if some kid steps out of line on the first day, you gotta give them the highest punishment you can give them with your authority. And then later you can like dial it back from that point onwards. But like, if you don't get them on the first day, you're done.
They'll get you on your first day and you'll be done.
No, there's a lot of truth to that, because you let Orion Letourneau take the lead in your class on day one. I mean,
they're all gunning for you because they want to make a name for themselves in this big wide world. And that's how they do it. Emasculate your teacher, you get to be #1 for a while.
Dude. That guy probably went to therapy after that, honestly.
Well, I mean, what you did was pretty horrible.
Yeah. I feel kind of bad about it, but also it was hilarious, so like...
You didn't stab him. It could have been worse.
That's true.
Honestly, teachers nowadays, I don't know how they do it, man. I really don't. I feel like it's a lost art, and like all the kids now have every answer to every question at their fingertips. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna keep students on their toes? You can't anymore, man. Forget about it.
Do they not just take away your phone when you're at school, or is that not a thing?
No, it's... If you use it in class, I'm sure they can take it, but I don't think they can be like, hey, welcome to 9th grade science, put your phones in this hat at the front of the room. Like,
that's exactly what I would do if I was in the position. I mean, this sounds weird to say, but I literally had no phone because phones didn't really exist like that when I was in high school.
I'm with you, man.
Did you have a hitter?
A what?
A hitter.
I believe that's a pager.
Yeah, a pager.
A hitter?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the one hitter, which is
I can see Nick having a hitter.
I had a hitter, yeah.
Yeah, you'd be like, you know, oh, I got a hit. My mom's gonna be here soon.
143, 143.
I think it was like 9th or 10th grade. My parents gave me a pager. Used it for like a year. It was black.
Oh, of course.
Transparent black too. It had like see-through, transparent black to it.
It's like Ice Cube said, fudging with me because I'm a teenager with a little bit of gold and a pager.
That's exactly what I said. Had a little green light on it, lit up the whole thing like stars. It was beautiful.
Nick, do you remember any of the hidden text codes?
No.
You don't remember like 143? 143 meant I love you. I'm serious. 43 meant I hate you.
Whoa!
What?
Yeah. I'm serious.
Where do you learn that?
That's like standard text protocol.
But
I mean,
like, did you
pager
teach a class? I don't know where to learn that stuff.
That's just in the hood, man.
I didn't live in the hood.
143? I can't believe you guys never heard 143 means I love you?
I never had a pager, so...
I know 8008.
H1Z1.
Honestly, look it up, man. I'm not making it up.
It's not that I don't believe you. I just don't know why you know it.
You.
Because we're over 30, Nick. So we
Yeah, that's correct.
Old people, am I right?
We're so out of touch. It's actually incredible. We're so lucky as to have a job doing this.
Yeah, I think about that now and then.
We're too old for this, but yet here we are.
Sometimes we have to talk to like people and prove like that we have a job that's real.
Yeah, and they don't believe you.
So like we'll talk to people and they'll be like, I'll tell them like exactly what I do, And then they're like, what should I write down on this form? Like, game developer? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Sounds good to me.
Whatever you want. Put some words together.
I've had enough of these conversations that, you know what? Game developer. Why not?
The worst, though, is when they ask you what you do and you try to explain it, and they're like, okay, so you do YouTube or whatever, right? So, like, then they want to know specific information about, like, how big is your channel? Because they've seen YouTube, and you're like, I don't want to have to talk about this. And then you tell them how big your channel is, and their reaction, you got to read into it sometimes because it seems like they're feigning excitement. Because they don't give a shit.
Honestly, Nick, if I saw you pull up to the bank in a murdered out Honda, I'd be like, this dude's balling on YouTube. I'm not even joking. And your license plate says sub to me.
Oh! And you got it because it costs a lot extra to have a custom plate.
Yeah, speaking of, where's your car video at?
I have not created that.
Come on.
You do need to make.
Well, maybe I need Lynn to be here to hold the camera for me.
You know, they make portable Lins.
What?
What? Just put your camera on a tripod.
Are you likening my girlfriend to a 3 pieces of metal tied together? What's with the shade toward Lynn all the time?
Look, we all know I've never liked Lynn. Ever since the only time that I met her and she was really nice. I've held it against her.
Portable Lynn. Sounds like a bathroom.
Oh, God damn it, you too?
I like Lynn mac and cheese. She's nice.
Does Lynn like cheese?
Call my girlfriend a freaking bathroom now?
Who doesn't like cheese, man?
You know, people don't like cheese.
She
Don't
had
say
mac and
lactose
cheese for the
intolerant,
first
that's
time when she was here in America, and she loved it.
Oh, but she doesn't get raked over the coals for not having mac and cheese.
She
until
lives
she's
in
her 20s.
Ireland.
They don't have it
okay?
in Ireland.
They don't have macaroni in Ireland?
They don't.
They don't eat any macaroni.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Ireland is like European Canada. If she gets a pass, I should get a pass. You know, it's like it's next to a neighbor that overshadows them in world issues, and then we talk kind of funny up here, and then you know we have great music like you too.
Also, mac and cheese is part of your cultural identity as a Canadian. So like,
No,
Craft dinner,
craft
man.
dinners.
Craft dinner.
craft dinner,
Craft
yeah,
dinner.
which is basically mac and cheese.
No, it's craft dinner.
Wait, Nick, did she have the yellow or the white mac and cheese?
She had actual, like...
Don't answer that.
Oh, I
What?
forgot.
I'm just asking.
I forgot it's Dan language.
There's 2 different flavors.
I'm not answering that.
What? Alfredo or cheddar?
Nah. Get out of here with that.
What? Just teeing one up for you.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, am I the only? No, okay, never mind.
So I'm gonna run
worry,
another school story by you, and
Okay.
then the punchline at the end. You're not gonna believe it, but it's actually
No,
true.
I would believe it because all of your stories end with you throwing something on the ground.
Well, no, this is throwing something, but not on the ground.
Go get him.
It's true actually, but this is like a really short version of the story. I had this like French teacher, didn't really like me very much in like 7th, 8th grade. We had a begrudging respect for each other, like you know Sherlock and Moriarty. But anyway, I was playing frisbee outside. You know, you can like throw the frisbee up with the spin and the angle so that it goes a distance and then comes back to you like a boomerang. You guys ever do that? You throw it up at like a 45-degree angle and it comes back close to you?
Yeah, I guess I can
Okay.
relate to that idea, sure.
So I was throwing it, and then it was landing like pretty close to the kids from the other class. And he was like, hey, like, stop doing that. It's landing too close. And I kept doing it. And he's like, hey, seriously, if you do that again, I'm going to take the frisbee away. So I threw it one more time, and it arced. It went like in my like 12-year-old brain, it was like a 1-mile throw. Like it went so far out into the horizon, and then it spiraled back, but it came back like way too high for me to hit, and it was like someone pumping to try to get the C dot from across the map. Like it maintained its height and trajectory, and as soon as I saw it sail overhead, I was like, that's gonna hit my substitute or my French teacher right in the ass. She like arcs over my head way too high to catch, and it just slowly glides down and then like impotently hits him right in his ass cheeks. And then he just like looked at me and picked up the frisbee and held on to it. And at the time I was like, I can't really be mad. Like he did
That's
what
fair,
he suggested. But then at the same time, he's never gonna believe him if I tell him that like it was just the most magical throw of all time. But here's the wrap up. They weren't together at the time, but later he did marry that substitute teacher that I threw the flower on the ground. So I like to think that like they would go home sometimes and have conversations like, that kid's like a real douche.
He just can't stop throwing stuff at us.
What was his name?
I'm not gonna tell you that.
Student confidentiality.
Y'all almost got me.
When you said flour the first time, I thought you meant like the way French people protest their presidential candidates. Like I thought you were dumping loads of baking flour.
Oh, right, yeah.
What?
What?
When
Okay.
French people
I
don't
don't
like
know
their
why
candidates,
you would have baking flour. I'm
they
just
just
saying.
dump flour all
No, they
over
throw,
there?
you haven't
they throw
seen
a
it?
bunch of
Yeah.
flour at each other.
We had this situation in
flour at
Canada
all.
where like our prime minister kept getting hit in the face with pies like 15 years ago, but
I don't know which is
hilarious.
funnier.
If that happened in America, like those people would just be like shot. Honestly.
oh yeah.
Wait. Actually, so I used to teach at a prep school. In the prep school, there's a dorm on there, and we would get students from Korea that would go to school there and
Yeah.
live there. And when they graduated, all the Korean students would take like pounds of flour and throw them at each other. I'm not even
never heard of
joking.
that.
It's
No,
sort of
it's like a real
festival
thing.
of color, right? Like where they throw the dye pigment at each other, and then they get covered in purple and pink and green.
Yeah,
Run
but
around.
it's like a real tradition. I'm not even gassing you guys up.
Yeah, this world's full of weird stuff.
Yeah, man. Like when I graduated from university, I like politely walked across the stage, shook the hand of a man I'd never met in my academic career, took a
Yeah.
piece of paper from him, and then kept walking.
You didn't spike it?
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if you spiked it. When I graduated, I took my mortar board off my head and I threw it up in the air, and it came back
My
with the
mortar board?
Mortar board?
you know the hat that you wear. It's called a mortar board.
It's called a mortar board?
I did not know that actually at all.
The tassel hat is a mortar board.
What?
So I threw it up in the air, and it flung like 45-degree angle, came back just the right angle to hit my French teacher right in the butt. It's not true. I didn't have a French teacher. I had a German teacher. It's
Is
not
there a
a
rule that
motorboat.
that all French teachers have to be good looking?
No.
No, it's not true.
All right, just asking. Mortared out cap. Did you guys ever decorate your caps?
We didn't
No, I
have that
didn't.
tradition. I feel like I only started to see that recently, but
See that
I
recently?
might be incorrect. It might be an American thing too.
Happens all the time. Dan, stop blowing shit up.
Why did nobody know it's called a mortar board? I didn't think that was weird.
How often do you interface with this device?
Well,
Do
you
work
graduate
at,
probably twice, maybe more times than twice.
I actually, if you could come up with like the worst job, or at least place of work for me, I think it would be at that company that does all the school photos, rents the gowns and caps, and then makes like the class rings. Is it Jostens?
Jostens, yeah.
Josh
Yeah.
Whedon's.
Just something about if you're like, oh, I got a great job at 6 figures with benefits, but it's at Jostens. Something about that really makes you think for some reason.
When you like fake metal?
Well, I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't feel right working there.
Anybody here buy a class ring? I bet Dan did.
What is that supposed to mean?
I feel like you would have school spirit more than us.
It's a scam, man.
I do have
Yeah.
a class ring.
Called it.
They were like $400 in high school.
What? What?
You have a
No.
high school class ring or
Yeah,
a
high
college class ring?
Any class ring is what I was asking, but I was.
Yo, but Dan, what do you have?
Oh. High school?
I have a high school one and then a college one, which was furnished for me.
So I think a college one sort of makes sense, but
right,
yeah.
but the one people have is the high school one usually.
they came around to our high school and like sold it. They're like, you know, you'll never be able to get another one of these. And everyone gets one. And now I'm 28 years old and I'm like, I've never seen anybody with a high school class ring.
It was a
Until
popular
now.
thing in like the 50s, I think, and it just kind of died off.
Yeah, there are people in my chat saying they've paid $800 and $600.
Damn.
They were hundreds for us as well.
That's why I didn't get it. It's just like
Those are the same people that donate $10,000 to Summit, by the way.
All right, we're gonna be back in 3 minutes to play some Quiplash. See you soon.
See you soon.
See ya.
also Rack Attack.
And thank you, Scrotty119, for the 100 bits.
Scrotty! That's
You
good
know
peeps,
Scrotty?
man. Yeah, he's a Star Citizen, dude.
Nice.
Ah.
Alright, yeah, let me, I'm gonna mute my Discord. I gotta do some shoutouts real quick.
No problem. I'm gonna urinate then.
You know, you can buy engagement rings for that much money.
Yeah. For like $800?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's just weird that you'd spend that much on a piece of jewelry that's like you're never gonna want to wear because it's tied to your high school class.
That's the
The
thing. Like, I
engagement
don't
ring's supposed to be 3 months' salary, so you know.
I don't buy into that shit, but I know.
But $800.
Yeah.
There you
Well,
go.
that's actually part of an ad campaign.
As a
by
high
the
schooler-
Beers Corporation in the 1920s.
As a high schooler with zero salary, I don't feel that you should have to pay for a ring. Should be
What, they
given
should
to
give
you
you
for
the
free.
ring?
Yeah, it should be handed to you.
Well, like the thing that I don't get is like, what is it? What is it supposed to remind you of high school? Like I know I graduated. I remember it. I have memories. Like what? I don't know what the ring's supposed to do. I never understood that really. But you know,
I don't know. It's a token of your time spent. I don't really know either, to be honest. But I don't totally disagree that it's a reasonable thing to want. But I also don't know why you want it.
Would you buy a ring to commemorate Super Meat Boy's 10th anniversary?
Probably not.
What? Really?
I already have a T-shirt and 4 pins, and I think maybe a what the hell are those called? A bandolier, the clip thing. I don't know. I got a bunch of merchandise to do with Super Meat Boy, and it was kind of expensive, so I think I'm good.
Okay. How do we play Quiplash again?
He's gonna give us a
Jackbox.tv.
link, and yeah, we go to jackbox.tv, enter the code in, and then play from there.
What do you guys play in the background in the meantime?
I was just looking through
I
my
don't-
library trying to determine that right now.
I just play
Daniel.
music, honestly.
Daniel.
Oh, hey, Bear.
Hey!
Hey!
What's
Liar.
going on?
Dan, I wanna know what I have to do to convince you to make a red square.
Make a red square.
Wait, are you
Make a
not
red
gonna make a
square.
red square?
I really want it. I really want it bad.
What's a red square?
You know how you have $25 sub emotes now?
Yeah?
Or one anyway?
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas for what you want to do with that slot yet?
No, actually wasn't going to do it, but...
I really would love it if you would just make it, and I don't remember what the measurements are. I think it's 28 by 28. I want you to make it a
that's the
28 by
smallest.
28 red square.
I can get down with that. Is there a particular reason why?
We're just all doing it.
We're building a cruise
Well-
worth of squares.
Every single one of us is doing it. We all committed.
Not all of us would do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you your off-white square right after the stream.
Don't ever send me anything off-white. I'll ask where it's been.
Wait, so is there like a hidden meme or something that there's gonna way to like form them all
I'll
together?
explain it to you, Daniel. It's that the concept of a $25 emote is inherently ridiculous. So there's a lot of pressure if you were to approach it from a genuine standpoint. Hey, how do I come up with an emote so spectacular it's worth $25? So what these guys do, instead of coming up with an emote that's that spectacular and having the possibility of failing, are simply subverting expectations by satirizing the concept of a premium emote and masquerading it as irony, when instead it's about failing to live up to the potential of your viewers by giving them an emote worth that amount of money. And instead, you make a joke out of it. Stay woke.
I'm just trying to tee this up.
So Rob's got pink,
you got
Bear's got
gas,
brown,
son.
Sinvicta's got black, I've got purple. These 4 have already come to exist. You can join the crew.
Now I just feel bad about it, though.
And also,
Ryan
Alpaca
just
Pink
did
is a
drop True
certified
Flash.
original. Just want to put that out there. Certified original. Just saying. I'm just saying.
What's the Quiplash URL? Quippers.com.
It was
Jackbox.tv.
Rob's idea. It is important to clarify that.
So they still have not approved my emotes, even though I submitted them 2 days ago.
I would love if like 6 of you got approved and then just one person's square got denied.
Which one? It's probably gonna be. It's probably gonna be the red one because they'll be like, "No, you can't have a blood pool as an emote. That's ridiculous."
Yeah, you can have the head of your dick, but you can't have a blood red square.
You can have a gun. You can't have a. Oh,
you can have a pixel. Apparently, you can have a single pixel.
Really?
Just
you can have
one
a pixel. You can have like $25 on fire. You could have a square.
I'm not gonna lie. My plan for the $10 emote is to do a single pixel pink square. That was my plan, and I'm probably gonna do that.
How are you gonna put a single pixel centered though?
Well, I mean, you know,
depends which alignment the grid is on.
Well, my God. 128 by 128. You know,
it's it's 112 by 112.
It might be better if it's slightly off center, so that it's like even more frustrating.
Dan, you got to do red.
It's Sinvicta Black!
Sinvicta!
Let's just call each other by our color names.
Exactly, dude.
I'm not sure if I'd be okay. I'm not sure if I'd be okay with that.
I'll be Mr. Pink. That's a good.
Yeah, see, it's not weird if you associate a Mr. or a Mrs. with it. That's how Clue gets away with it.
We need
yeah, exactly.
a Robert, and we need a Nicholas.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me in.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Hold on 1 second.
Don't use.
Oh, I did it wrong.
Yeah.
I was talking and mind flooded myself and put the letters backwards.
You still beat Robert in, so no big deal.
Dude, after weeks, I finally got the courage to grab a
Ask
battery.
your wife. Tell your wife you loved her.
It does take a lot of courage.
She said she loved me.
I even held her hand.
I finally got the courage to get a battery to replace the dead battery on my wall clock.
Wait. This is important.
Courage?
Not that yours isn't. Sounds pretty valuable, but
sure, yeah,
who is Blue Man?
Josh.
Somebody's in here as Blue Man.
Oh,
Blue Man Gaming. Oh, it's probably Joshua.
It's probably Josh.
Josh is blue.
Yeah, he's the blue square.
If they put up like something super racist, I'll just like end the game.
Did he say he was joining anywhere?
Well, I just want to make sure it's not just like a random that's gonna be like but her emails or something.
Oh, I could say
that's my joke.
Oh, that's gonna be
I don't want them to
hot
take
ticket item this game now.
By the way, what is a Billy?
Billy Bush.
I would say, yeah, Billy Bush.
Billy Bush.
You know he's related to the Bushes?
No, really?
He's like, straight up, he's like George W. Bush's cousin or something.
You're giving me another one of the Michelins today.
I know, it's the 3rd Michelin.
You can't Michelin 3 levels deep in one day. I need some time to recover.
What's a Michelin?
I'm playing Dead Cells, by the way, if anyone wants to watch. Not you guys, you don't have to watch.
Well, yeah.
I was gonna watch.
I don't like this one.
Yeah, me either.
Let's get going.
Oh man,
Sir.
Those rounds where the answers just pop off the dome piece, dude.
Right, it's like the fluidity with which you hear them typing is how emasculated you feel by how transparently their brain transmits signals to their hands.
Whoa!
Yeah, I made that sentence.
Give me a minute.
I will be right back.
All right.
I have answered, though.
You have questions, we have answers.
Brian, do you mind if I use your show to speak directly to my wife for a second?
You know what? Who am I to stand in the way of true love? Go ahead, BaerTaffy.
Hey, babe, will you get me some water? Appreciate it.
That's so sweet.
Just nice hanging with the boys, No feminine energy getting in the way. 3 seconds left.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Hey, who speaks German?
I know some.
I know a few words.
How do you say settings in German?
Nope, got nothing on that one.
Did you accidentally put Spelunky on German?
I'm playing Spelunks.
When on the subway, it's polite to give up your seat to get a free yoga bread sarmi, or to give up your seat to yourself from the future.
Thanks,
What's
babe.
yoga bread?
Mm-hmm.
That's a subway. Because when on the subway, I get it. Because their bread had the chemical that was also in yoga mats.
Gotcha.
That's too cerebral for us.
I have a question, because I was watching a video and I actually didn't realize this was like a New York thing.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had a Jamaican beef patty?
Yeah, they're actually pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, Jamaican beef patty.
Nah, I think that sounds like something else.
What would it be, Dan?
I don't know, but
Yeah,
I
what
don't want
kind
to
of
go on
sex
that
food would that
territory.
be?
It's like a bready kind of thing with some beef in it.
It's like a meat. It's a meat pastry.
Yeah, it's a different kind of meat pie.
I had a Jamaican beef patty when I was like 10 for the first time. And then I was like, I don't really like it. I went the rest of my life thinking I don't like them. And I realized the one I had was from a weird flea market. Maybe I'm holding it against them for no reason.
Jamaican
The devil's
meat
biggest
gravy.
complaint about hell: too much heavy metal, too much hot.
Too much hot.
Too much hot.
There's too much.
hot. Too
Eat Pat.
much hot.
Too much hot wins.
But anyway, I would highly recommend a Jamaican beef patty if you guys have never had it. It's
Before or
delicious.
after the pierogies?
Definitely have pierogies for themselves.
There you
Wait,
go.
what's like a weird food thing where you live?
Like here?
Yeah, like what? Or, I'm particularly interested in like Michigan. Seems like the kind of state where you're like, oh yeah, like once a year we just saw off half a beer can and then like shove a Cornish game hen on it and smoke it for 10 hours.
You boil it in Coca-Cola.
Yeah, it's beer in the butt chicken, man.
An unusual reason to duel somebody. They wouldn't save their Tecate for your B-Day, or they didn't give you fake dollars.
They're what?
Dollars wins.
I feel like I missed something there.
2 callbacks.
Is it like a Native American word or something?
Tecate is the
Tecate?
second most popular Mexican beer
Oh.
in America. You know you found your soulmate when you look them in the eye and they say, "But her emails," or you know you found your soulmate when you look them in the eye and they say, "What color mac and cheese do you likey?" I do not like that second one.
That has got to be Dan.
Dude, I found a jar in a timed room with 10 dead cells in it.
Yeah.
This is Rob and Dan.
Repeat that 10 times and you get a 5% multiplicative bonus on the weapon of your choice.
Cool.
I actually can't vote for this one, but neither of these are mine. Strangely.
I don't know, get good.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm playing the elemental patch, by the way, for chat.
Sick.
How do you like it, Nick?
Great, more stuff. What more could I ask for?
The most inappropriate place to have a mechanical bull: in a slaughterhouse or kindergarten? You actually think a mechanical bull in kindergarten? That would be sweet.
Would it be like a normal
Flying
size?
everywhere.
You're
Normal
5 years
size
old,
one or
ride a
like
mechanical
kindergarten size one?
No, a normal
bull?
size
No,
one.
size one.
It would
Also,
wreck their
it-
asses.
No, dude. When you're 5 years old, before puberty, first phrasing, before puberty, you cannot. A child cannot break a bone before puberty. If they get thrown off a mechanical bull and like smash their head against a load-bearing beam or something like that, they get up 2 seconds later and they're fine.
It's a bad thing that kids' heads are soft, though.
Oh, but not in kindergarten. They got a fully formed skull by that point.
Just said they can't break a bone.
They can't break their skulls. It's science.
They could have
just
tried.
can't break. They're
Like
like
how a
a
bear can't
drunk
fall backward.
driver. Like any accident, they're completely limp. A good use for an abandoned mall, a renovated mall, or a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater level.
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer.
Real quick, everyone yell out their favorite movie character.
John McClane.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Are we guessing?
Han Solo.
Okay.
Already win.
Vincent Vega.
The shark from Jaws.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
The EPA representative from Ghostbusters.
You mean the man who has no balls?
Yeah, dickless.
Yeah.
A hit country song for people who care about the environment. Tahoe's Hava God Milag or Frack Your Oil. Shark from Jaws. His name is Jaws.
Jaws.
Tahoe's Hava God Milag.
What the hell is that?
Are you gonna win? You're gonna beat my sick ass pun with that stupid shit.
There was 3 seconds left.
Me God, Berg.
No, it lost.
Okay.
But Josh voted for it.
I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah.
Good job, Rob. I liked it.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a good answer either way.
Apparently, The Mummy is really bad.
Yeah.
I've been
That
hearing
surprises me.
But
Did you note the joke there in my speech?
But
Is
it's
Johnny
the
Depp in that one,
foundation
too?
of Universal's dark universe.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
What are they gonna do now that the first one is garbage?
Make it better.
I don't know. DC's still plugging at it, right? So
Yeah, the Wonder Woman's good apparently.
apparently, yeah. I want to see it.
I kind of thought that The Mummy looked good, and it would be very easy for me to lie and say that I thought it was gonna be garbage, but I looked at it and I was like, hey, that looks interesting. I was wrong, and I'm sorry. It was just okay. I saw it today.
There's nothing wrong with an okay movie.
Way to go. You live in like Australia or something? They're always getting movies there early. I want to move to Australia so I can see The Mummy 2 days early. I really want to be in on the ground floor of Universal's Dark Universe.
And yet Ireland gets them 6 months late, so imagine how much we're living in the future in North America.
Oh, that is true.
I love living in the future.
Doesn't.
You got stuff like Future Man Gaming.
Yeah.
Fancy glasses that are all one piece.
You have 15 seconds.
Yeah, man, it's like it's cool that he decided to use his powers for the good of Twitch.
Are we sure he did though?
I think he did.
The jury's still out. He could change over. He could, turn heel, as they say.
Yeah, he might go. He's sticking around long enough to maybe turn villain.
A strange thing to shout during a tickle fight. How do you like dem appies? Or I thought the new Ghostbusters sucked.
Did anyone not? Wasn't it like universally panned?
I liked it.
It's certified fresh, Robert.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
I thought it was like critically hated.
Why don't we just Google it?
By anyone who's ever seen a movie, I think it was hated.
Excuse me?
I have seen a movie. I did
like
not
to keep
hate
this
it.
show apolitical. So can we not talk about the new Ghostbusters movie?
Box office success.
I believe it was actually a flop.
Nah, it made more than the budget, therefore success.
Oh, there you go.
That's gonna make for Square Onyx.
More than the budget.
The nickname Van Gogh gave his remaining ear. Neo, but it's spelled like Van Gogh.
Right.
Sporin.
Or speaker box.
With 2 X's.
Sparring.
I think this is me versus Dan. No, it's me versus Sinvicta. I was at least half right.
What's that?
Neo won.
I thought it was a clever answer.
But why does he call it Neo?
It's the only one.
Oh!
The
one.
Oh!
Super meta.
I'm glad the chat got
This is me
it.
versus Dan. Something somebody named Dale would say. Wait, maybe that's... I don't know. That could be Nick. That could be anybody. Somebody named Dale would say, "Where's Chip? He has my nuts." Or, "God dang dog done got." Or,
That's Bear.
"God dang dog done got."
That's
Nice
definitely Bear.
reference, Grandpa. Watching fucking cartoons from the 60s.
I think 60s? From the 60s.
I don't know what they're from. How old is Chippendale?
Oh, you were calling it the other one.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about Boomhauer.
What? No,
Yeah,
that's the first one.
What? It wasn't Boomhauer. It was Dale.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
but I mean,
Dale's the one who's like... His
He's the
wife
conspiracy
sleeps
theorist.
with... I really don't want to get the name wrong, because it's going to sound really racist, but what was the name of the Native American on
John
King
Redmond,
of the Hill?
I think.
But is it John Redmond or is it
John Redcorn?
John Redcorn. There we go.
That's right.
A warning that
close
should
enough.
come with every IKEA futon. Don't breathe this, or warning, you just bought a futon. Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Why'd you do
But
that?
no wins.
What?
There's no exclamation
problem?
point though. It just ends. The concern just ends right there. It's just oh no.
Well, you pay by the letter at the printing company.
Ah, okay.
This new enemy in the prison is awful.
Oh, yeah, the hedgehog.
He's awful. I can't kill him.
Why you're not allowed back at Jurassic Park? You're dead, or ordering too many meats at the dinosaur.
Yeah.
You're dead.
That's probably
We talked
fair.
about it in Battlegrounds yesterday. Where like,
Good.
I really lose all enjoyment of Jurassic Park 2 when John Hammond is like, let's do Jurassic Park again.
Yeah, but
I
then
thought
they
you
did
just
it the
meant when
third
you
time,
are dead.
and then they did it again 20 years later. Like, what are they thinking?
This is the one.
It just keeps going wrong. Like, why you keep doing it?
Good answer, Bear. I like that.
Oh, I lost though.
He got all the answers from us, or all the votes from us, but the audience rebuked it.
If they genetically like if they brought back dinosaurs but just their meat, would you guys have like a T-Rex steak?
You're always concerned about meat. It's always meat with you,
I
Rob.
always want to
I
talk
like
about
meat.
meat.
I'm a big
poor-
meat fan.
A poor follow-up to the X-rated classic Debbie Does Dallas would be Debbie Does Dan, or Debbie Does Another City, but you'll just see her badge.
It's false advertising. She doesn't do all of Dallas.
What's Baz short for?
Vagina.
Vagine.
Vagina. Vagina.
I mean, there was no doubt how this vote was going to go.
Is this
Right.
Firebrand?
Yeah.
How are the shields in the Elemental update, by the way?
I
I
still
haven't
think
played it yet.
I don't want to know.
They're buffed, but who cares? Is my philosophy. Because
Yeah.
when you get hit, you get a force field, but I don't ever want to get hit.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't parry at all in Dead Cells?
Well, I mean, you
dude.
can, but like once you get to the third level, if you ever put up your shield, they just break your guard anyway.
Yeah. Exactly.
Good use for an old CD tower. DIY flashlight or to throw at your substitute teachie. Substitute
got-
teachie.
Definitely
Y'all
not
got
Dan,
me,
huh? Okay.
Substitute Teachy. Does there ever a substitute Teachy?
No.
A couple times.
They're delicious.
Wait, what are we talking
You
about?
ate them?
You ever see that Cameron Diaz movie, Bad Teaching? It's a good one.
There's not enough meat to this one, really.
Hot for Teachy.
Yeah. All right.
I'm out.
There it is.
That's it.
There
Yeah,
it is. It's exhausted by now.
There's a couple of them, yeah.
I'm exhausted.
Josh might win without even being in the call.
I think that is like to his advantage.
You might be right.
I gotta admit something to you guys.
It's not Josh.
I accidentally showed the root code for like a millisecond, so that might not be Josh. Very well might
Why
not
did you
be
keep
Josh.
it a secret?
Well, because we when I realized we were already like halfway through
it's a
the
comic
first
laugh.
round, so
Oh no.
Two people bird watching. The lady says, "How can you tell that's a tufted titmouse?" And the man says,
Ah.
What's that noise?
Those are the exact birds that used to come to my window every morning, and they were the most annoying ones.
"Tufted titmouse."
Yeah. They would grab a freaking sunflower seed, and they'd pull it up on the edge of the window, and they'd bash it with their stupid mouth for 100 years.
It's okay, Nick. It's okay. They're gone now.
I just don't like that bird. I'd much rather have the wren. Much cuter.
Josh was in chat, by the way. I want to point that out.
He was, yeah. So it could very well
probably
be
Josh.
It was also shown for just a millisecond, so they'd have to have clipped it and then paused in order to get it.
We get ruined in chat, please.
How can you tell that's a tufted titmouse? Because I can see the teeth. Come on. All the time. It's got blue feet for its boobies. Rob, ... Its teeth touched twice. Tufted titmouse. I'm not Josh. Thanks for the game, y'all. My pee-pee feels funny.
I'm voting for I'm not Josh.
I'm also voting for I'm not Josh. For that.
You know, I'm just gonna throw the bronze on Rob for fun.
Good job, Rob. Good job.
Yeah, you know.
Do what you can.
You know what's great is he might just like actually win. So
I think he will.
Why do we have our jobs? Really, what I'm getting at here.
Well, I didn't realize I was being tested for my.
Yeah, if I knew this was a test, I would have tried harder.
Well, let's be honest. We also didn't take like a job interview to do this either.
I did.
Yeah,
You telling me you guys didn't?
He's our mystery shopper or whatever.
He's definitely gonna win.
I hope he gives us a good review.
We all paled in comparison, except for the Rob answer. We all paled in comparison.
Robbie.
Well, good work, Blue Man.
He's done it. We really are bad at video games.
Blue Man,
we're
you
pretty
should start a
awful.
group.
Yeah, apparently it's a guy named Grand Cheval Dungo. So good on,
like
good on
that
you,
name.
buddy.
You know?
Grand Cheval Dungo.
That'll make a great Spanish metal battle.
Yeah.
Metal battle name?
Metal battle.
Great Spanish
Metal battle.
Metal battle.
Oh, there's Josh.
Hi, Josh.
How about a great Spanish mellow yellow?
Mellow yellow.
Oh, mellow yellow.
Are
Is
we
there
staying
a
in this
fast
room, or-
food establishment where when you smell it, you want it like 100%? Let me phrase that like a Family Feud question. We asked 100 people, name a fast food establishment whose smell makes your mouth water.
When I smell it, I want it 100%.
I don't want to admit to how many there are because it brings me shame.
Don't be
But, like,
ashamed,
sometimes you walk by and you're like, oh, that's the chicken nugget oil. That's good. And sometimes you walk by and you're like, that's just like stink. That's like a hot humidity getting
It just
pumped out of
depends
that
on how
place.
much oil they've got that's old, like old oil they need to pump out.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely pizza for me, but, you know, what are you going to do? I'm Italian and live in New York. It just kind of comes with the territory.
He's done it.
Has
What
he
is
done
that?
it?
Is a Blue Man emote? SPK Wave? Why is there an emote for every situation that happens dynamically on the show?
It's almost like there's thousands of Twitch partners and all of them have 200 emote slots.
This one's global, though.
Oh. Okay, well then I can't help you.
It's for the Sour Patch Kids.
Oh!
Yeah,
You don't eat Sour Patch Kids?
The most common emotes we use are the ones that are from like promotional events, like the blue stars from the Budweiser thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bud
Freaking
Star.
Squid's taking over.
The worst thing to write in the tip section of a check. No tip, you need Jesus, or how do you like them apples?
No, it's
That'd be
Damn
very rude.
Sorry.
To say
Damn.
How do you like them apples?
Dem
Should have said
appies.
I liked them appies. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
That's a Dan, right?
Have you ever encountered a person who considers an appetizer an app?
No, you get those on your
No.
phone now.
Actually, definitely I've been asked before the iPhone.
Oh.
Do you want any apps?
At Applebee's, Appies,
Right?
you
well, they
get
do
an
unlimited
Applebee's app to order your appetizers. They need to
Unlimited
calm the
happy hour.
fuck down.
Whoa. As long as Mathis doesn't throw your food in the trash and then serve it to you.
And then serve it anyway.
The official... Go ahead.
Sorry, you go.
Oh, all right. The official name for the Pope's underwear. Popies or Pontifex pantaloons.
Oh, somebody knows the word Pontifex. They get my vote.
Pontifex is a pretty cool word.
It's not that cool.
It's
the
pretty...
Pope's Twitter handle.
Yeah, it's Twitter.
It sounds so official, though. Can his Twitter handle be Pontifex official?
Sounds like he's an alien from a different dimension.
You think the Pope watches the young Pope?
Do you think the Pope watches the NLSS?
I hope so.
I don't.
Great.
You think it ever hits the Pope that he's the Pope? Like, he'll just be, like, taking a poop one day, and he'll be like,
I'm a poop with the Pope.
Yeah.
Dude, if I was the Pope, I would never want to consider.
You'd be like, that's a holy shit.
Oh, shit holy.
The hardest part about being Justin Bieber's bodyguard, keeping Justin Bieber's body hard, or defending his style. We've reached this point in the show already. Huh?
Bodyguard and body hard.
That's a dope bar.
Yeah, suck on that shit, Blue Man. You got Quiplash, son.
Blue Man, you're so bad compared to this.
We've evolved.
Now that we know it's a test.
Go back to Gang Beast, you nerd.
What you actually just kept
say as you're getting baptized? Just keep me under, or no tip, I need you.
Nice.
That's an investment from a previous answer. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Both are great answers.
You guys think Blue Man's the Pope?
Just hold me under is so good.
Yeah,
Tiny
Blue Man's
Dancer.
probably the Pope.
It's like the Dream Theater song. Oh, that one's Pull Me Under, not Hold Me Under. Or Keep Me Under.
Sorry, what?
Under.
I was making reference to Dream Theater, to the song Pull Me Under. It's not quite the same as
Yeah,
Keep
it turns
Me
out
Under.
this whole joke was a bit of a nightmare theater, if you know what I'm catching. Slide whistles and fucking lip songs.
The name of a figure skating move yet to be successfully pulled off. A triple hospy with a side of C. Spicy, or Tony Hawk in the Temple of Ollies.
I wish that said the Temple of Osiris. Need an Egyptian-themed mummy Tony Hawk game.
Did you know
He could be in the Dark Universe. He could be the Birdman.
Spicy is spelled with a Y?
No, it's spelled I.
Not if
That's
it's a battleground spicy spelled I-E.
Oh, I wasn't aware, yeah.
You never heard of Spicy Boys?
I love the idea that it's like, okay, it's the Universal's Dark Avengers. Probably they should rework that name. But then it's like the Mummy Man, and then Frankenstein, and like Van Helsing, and then Tony Hawk. Like, Tony Hawk's just like, hey, I'm here.
The Birdman shows up.
Doing skateboard tricks.
He's still pretty good at it, too.
I imagine so. Santa's phasing out reindeer, and next year his sleigh will be pulled by elves, he's a monster, or millennials.
Oh, who are we kidding? They don't work a day in their lives.
Oh! How are they gonna buy all those avocados?
Nobody does talk about Santa's sweatshops. They should really make a Vice article about that one.
They like
You
working.
gotta put the slide whistle on your new Elgato.
Dude, once like new PC gets here in 80 years.
That's a pretty good slide whistle.
Wait, did you get one of those decks? Elgatos?
I did. I have a Stream Deck on me right now.
What's on it?
Shit.
Well, it doesn't work on my OS, but I can like press one of the buttons and then just go.
Just pretend you have it.
What are you on? Ubuntu?
I'm on Windows 7.
Ew!
Wow, what a response.
Why are you on 7? What are you, 12? Ooh.
I'm on
What are you
Windows
on?
7.
10?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with Windows 7.
Oh, it's been wrong.
Wait,
No.
he's not actually 12, though.
I'm simultaneously on Windows 10 and 7, so I'm on Windows 17.
Oh, you got that sideloaded into a virtual machine?
Nah, dude, I've got two PCs, so I got one on 10 and one on 7.
You gotta get a VM in there to run virtual Emacs and get Vim on your IDE.
Yeah, get your Vim on your IDE.
I definitely love like PC features hype guy. Like that's a great character.
Dude, you're getting Adele. It's basically that guy.
Yo, dog, you got that new GTX 980?
We put a Candy Crush ad in your start menu.
Wait, who is this guy? I know this guy already.
This is Jean Ralphio from Parks and Recreation.
Parks and Recreation.
Oh, I've got a great prompt.
Here's a little song I wrote.
I already picked up a whiff of that meme from a mile away.
Oh, I hit enter accidentally.
I should probably get in.
Oh God, this prompt.
What's EI Thankful?
Oh, that was
Thankful. That's an old school Robert meme.
Was that Rob or was that Mel?
That's Robert.
That was me. Yeah.
Rob, you got all the Quiplash memes, man.
I do. Yeah.
They all come from me not typing fast enough.
Monster Time board game.
That was a classic.
Horse is a good one. I like horse.
Tahoe Survey. I'm MBA.
R take my C.
Yeah, R take my C.
R take my C. Say you
I
love me
forgot
again.
I take my C.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a classic.
Herbie Fully Loaded. Yeah, that was a really good one.
Monster Time board game gets me every time.
Yeah, I still
Didn't Herbie Fully Loaded lose too?
Yeah, Herbie Fully Loaded lost.
Blue Man didn't get in.
Oh no!
Something you don't want to find in your grandpa's tool shed. Grandma, am I right? Or one of his other tools. Know what I mean?
Oh!
Something related to sex. Got what I'm saying?
You can't forget Janet Wham Blamiston.
Janet Wham Blamiston.
Oh, there's also the tertiary Quiplash meme of Diawajak.
Oh, the Iwajak.
Yeah.
I thought that was just a man's name.
Steve Wozniak?
Steve,
Yeah,
Steve Wozniak said backwards.
I think that kills people if you say that.
Yeah, it banishes them back to the Mitzelpluck realm.
Mitzelpluck.
That's the little green alien guy, right?
Yeah, he's a god in the Superman universe, and his only weakness is if you say his name backwards. But like he has to say his name backwards, so they always trick him. They'll be like, "Can you say this?" And he's like, "Nice try, super nerds." And then they go, "All right, what about this?" And he goes, "Kitzelplim, no!" And
That's the best impression you've ever done. That sounds exactly like what I remember him to sound like.
You can tell your parents are glad to have you out of the house when you turn your room into one giant bathroom or an overpriced rental.
Rental?
Rental.
No votes on that one, huh?
You forgot a couple of.
Hi. The worst part about sharing a sleeping bag with Blue Man, when you realize I'm not Josh, or you have no idea who he is.
Yeah, I can relate to that one.
Yeah.
Very relatable.
I don't
It's no like the Nabu.
That's pretty good.
I don't like when this guy leans on his last answer for another easy win.
Wow, you really turned your opinion on him like a fucking.
You know what,
Like a
BaerTaffy?
It's because he didn't answer. He didn't answer the second one, Bear.
That's because it was me.
Whoa.
Surrogate Blue Man.
Oh no!
Whoa.
The
Played the-
machine!
Played the audience like a freaking fiddle.
None of us
didn't
because
get
we all
any of
voted
us.
for-
Yeah, all you guys voted for the correct answer. A terrible name for a yacht. The SS This Is Not Safety Rated, or the SS Neck Sub for Sub Murdered Out Mac and Cheesy.
Alright, I'm down. Sub for
Yeah,
sub.
that's pretty good.
Yeah. box for box? You guys want to do box for box?
Somebody's got this sub for sub vanity plate.
Nick probably have like 400 subscribers.
It's like the worst thing to go up against a Dan answer in Quiplash.
Yeah, I mean,
you're doomed.
Dan, if he identifies his answer, gets like 30%, like guaranteed, and then he has to win over 20% plus one of the population.
But all it takes for him to win everyone else over is to say anything.
No.
Yeah, like, there's like a 30% base that will vote for Dan no matter what he says.
How do you think he actually won Civ 6?
That's true.
You made some point. Yeah. An awkward thing to say to the naked guy next to you on the bus. You gonna eat that celery? Or weird day for us both to go nude, eh?
What was that story about when you're on the bus? It's a cartoon.
Oh yeah, it was a Dracula fetus animation.
What was that?
I was sitting behind a dude on the bus, and he was like making out with his girlfriend. And then he every once in a while they'd stop making out, and he had like a bag of celery he bought at the grocery store. He'd just rip off the stalk and eat it. It's real strange.
Maybe his girlfriend just liked the smell of celery.
I posited many theories internally for what was happening, and that was indeed one of them.
That guy fucks. Is the only thing that you need to take.
Absolutely true.
Honestly.
That guy fucks himself with celery.
Probably, yeah.
Or are you talking about the other bus story where, oh, that's right, yeah, she was giving him a hickey while he was eating the celery, and it was freaking me out.
Giving him a hickey, turns out he's not so picky.
The other one was the time that guy yelled at me for sitting in the handicap seat, even though nobody else was on the bus, and he called me a homophobic slur. And then we both rode the bus together quietly for like the next 8 stops until I got off.
Canada's weird.
Well, at least you guys got to bond in the end by getting off, so.
Well, he stayed on the bus, but he was yelling for a while. I think that guy might have had some problems.
With you.
He's probably still yelling about it, actually.
I mean, he's probably dead, hopefully.
Wow. That seems a bit hard.
He's an asshole.
Also implying ejaculation.
A sign you don't want to see next to the hotel hot tub. Got poops, check back, or no answer.
Got poops.
Watch
Rob,
it still lose, though, to no answer because reasons.
Rob, you got poops?
I mean, yeah. I had poops today, actually.
I'm just imagining Frank be the one that had to put that sign up. Say, got poops. Come back later.
Get all the poops.
But you got him now, though.
Why is your Frank Bernie Sanders? Dialogue check.
I forgot. Why are we protesting again? And then the man says, I'm just gonna nip it in the bud. I think I made the George Soros joke last time, so
yeah.
Who's George Soros?
George Soros is the guy that pays all the millennials to protest, like us.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Was that a let's don't reveal the inner working cough, the cough of the inner circle?
Yeah, pretty much. Yo, if you guys got invited to one of those like secret meetings where they wear goats' heads and fuck each other, like would you do it?
Absolutely.
Right? You gotta know what it's like.
You don't have to ask twice. I'm there.
Do they gotta like drink the blood of like?
You have those in New York City. You just gotta find them.
Where's the meeting?
I don't know.
And then get in is the other thing because they don't let everybody in. You gotta have like a nice car.
Yeah, you gotta have a lot of money.
Anybody ever been to one of those in chat? What's it like?
You'd like a bajillionaire to go there.
I don't think I got my answer in time.
Did I already make the George Soros joke? We cough because this dude is a cuck bitch. I'm sure I feel okay about that one.
Blue Man? Is that Blue Man?
What is the effing fallout? Or bring back the McRib? Or no answer? Like these are just.
It's like a shotgun full of spaghetti over here. See what sticks to the wall.
I like one of these and it's mine.
I should have went for a Pepsi joke.
Would you let someone shoot a shotgun full of spaghetti into your mouth?
Absolutely not.
Why?
It'd probably kill you.
I think it might mess you up.
Yeah.
You think you could die to spaghetti in your mouth?
If it's al dente.
It's a lot of force, right?
People eat spaghetti all day.
Yeah, well, it's the equivalent of something else.
They don't eat it coming out of a shotgun barrel, though.
You might find yourself sucking on a shotgun spag. You may find yourself on another part of the world.
Yeah.
So, like,
no, I get it.
This should tell you something. We came in fourth.
That's a good answer.
It beat Cough and what is the effing Fallout?
It beat Cough?
Oh, classic Wii.
I don't like Comic Lash.
Me
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah,
Comic Lash.
Yeah.
It would actually be the worst if it weren't for the one where you have to come up with an acronym.
Oh, I like that one.
Only when it's a celebrity is that fun.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a good time. But I mean, like, it was just like, hey, here's those letters. Oh, you know, P, P, A, P. Yeah, yeah.
Penguins paying Aardvark's value.
Right.
To be fair, I was dealing with a puppy issue, by the way.
Oh,
Not a good answer.
it's no like it
It's the hot mom check-in.
Is that the sizzling griddle?
That's he licked his hand and put it on his nipple.
Oh, it's burning hot.
What's up?
What is this prompt?
What is this show?
It's going in like 3 different directions in one sentence.
Oh man, I hear an ice cream truck.
I hear an ice Keemstar.
I hear an ice Keemstar.
Keemstar on ice.
I hear a nice Keemstar.
Keemstar on ice.
That's, oh man, I really want to watch that. I really want to watch that. What even would that be? You just talk shit to
Just him talking shit while skating. Yeah.
Dude, that would make figure skating way more interesting.
Talking about YouTube drama. If there was an NLSS cocktail, what would be in it?
Cocktails. Woo.
Oh.
Every morning now we're making
So
cocktails.
Probably like, I don't know, it'd be served in a paper cup for sure.
Yeah, clearly, yeah.
Or a styrofoam.
It'd be garnished with
we each contribute one ingredient to it.
Red Solo cup.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dan wants to put it in a red Solo cup.
Got one sitting right in front of me, right?
All right, I'm gonna put it in a styrofoam coffee cup.
I'm gonna put it in a mug.
I'm gonna put it in a big old goblet.
A good name for a pet aardvark. I don't need a jacket or aardvarky.
All right,
That's not me.
No naming pets for any of you.
very well.
Is one of those a safety quip?
No.
Come here, I don't need a jacket.
How so here's how this works. I went to type, if the other answer says Arthur, then I don't need a jacket, because she says thanks Arthur in that YouTube video.
Right, okay.
And then it wouldn't fit, so instead I went just straight for I don't need a jacket. And I thought that Sinvicta perhaps would say Arthur, and then the audience would make that connection, and as a result they'd vote for the punch.
Why would I say Arthur?
Because Arthur's the most famous aardvark.
Probably.
Since Arthur was
From what?
No,
Yeah, he was an anteater,
Arthur is an
wasn't
aardvark.
He's not an anteater. You think he's like a freaking elephant trunk?
He sings a song about being an aardvark. Well,
You
he just
ever
spells
see-
the word aardvark.
Arthur, time for dinner, and he puts his freaking long-ass hose nose
He
into an
doesn't
ant
eat a lot of ants, to be fair. And he does that thing with his fist.
Door-to-door solicitors. Have you heard of Blue Man, though, SPK Wave, or would you like to see all dead bodies inside?
What?
That's
What?
inside-y.
Inside?
SPK Wave, though.
SPK Wave, yeah.
SPK Wave.
Is that 2017's Izzle, Dan, is to put IE at the end of every word?
Izzle. What Santa's elves do in the off-season? They're fed to the reindeer, help them, or fight for their civil
Don't
rights.
help them.
This is a continuation joke from that last Santa's Elves question.
Yeah, the punctuation and all.
Yep.
Nick, you ever consider?
Hello?
Cash, what's up, man?
This
is Dan.
Dan?
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm busy. I'm in the Cavaliers game, man.
I know. That's why I'm.
Consider
That's why I'm
Ryan.
calling.
I'm curious now.
No, he's calling Cash Nasty Gaming. I gotta know what's up.
Oh no, he's muted now. What is he?
Oh,
So
fuck.
did he not do that on purpose?
Wait, did I just ruin that? Oh no.
No,
I only
think...
did it for comedy. I didn't mean to make him aware that he needed to mute. I'm so sorry.
Nick, this was my one shot.
I know.
This was my one chance at meeting him.
What a moody teen would say to hurt their stepdad, Bigfoot. You're not my real papa and you smell, or I wish I was bald.
You're not my real papa.
Ah, yes! Conan O'Brien's 1920s voice.
Are we just gonna pretend that phone call didn't happen?
What phone call?
I guess so.
What phone call are you talking about?
I'm still waiting to hear everyone else's ingredients for the drink.
Sometimes Deadpool wishes he didn't wear such a skin-tight latex suit and instead wore Pontifex pantaloons, or vote this if the other one is nude.
Ooh.
He's not nude at all.
Swing and a miss.
I don't want to vote for my answer that someone else submitted. I'm going to vote for the other one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why does
You
Dan
can't have
Gheesling know Cash Nasty Gaming? Because they're both huge influencers in the content space.
Surprised you didn't know that.
How do you have to ask such a question?
Check their clout.
We have not paid any
man.
attention to our clout in
Oh,
like
man.
2 years.
It's your first game of Quiplash in the big leagues. You can't be going for the anti-vote. You think that's like game one? You're gonna go for like a spinorama. Patrick Kane's gonna dangle you, make you look like a fool.
Blue man falling hard.
Spinorama?
With
He's
their pants
crashing.
on the ground.
It's when you take the puck and you spin around with it. It's a PK Subban reference.
It's a PK Subban reference. Come on
It's
now.
a PK Subban reference.
Is that a
PK
Jedi
fire.
Master?
Excuse me, can you treat that bag with respect? That's a PK Subban original. I got that in Nashville.
You sound
Yes,
like you have a
it's
green
SPK.
lightsaber.
Buttons.
Why are you open? Oh, that's right. The show's supposed to be over.
If you just went offline as soon as you said that.
Do it in post.
Keep everyone guessing.
A good punishment for an unruly child is to simply look him in the eye and tell him. Oh, sorry, look him in they eye.
Yeah.
A good punishment for an unruly child is to simply look them in the eye and
Look
tell
him in
him.
the eye.
Then you'll see the size of the flame. But you tell him you will never be loved, or tell him but her emails.
You see, it's
I
a
can see
callback
Fred Durst.
reference.
I can see Durst actually writing this prompt.
You can see Durst.
You're on a last name basis with
Durst.
Dude, okay, first off, but her emails won by 3 votes.
What is that?
Secondly, Durst seems like a great last name to call somebody. Like, I never get last named, as you might expect.
Right.
But if I knew someone named Durst, you'd either be like, Freddy! Or you'd be like, Durst!
Dude, before I was Bear, I was Larrabee exclusively.
Oh, they see, you got
That's
like a
good
little
name,
sing-songy last name that works well with that. Like, it's got layers.
Yeah.
Lairs and a bees as well.
Larrabee.
It's got layers and a bees.
Actually, you know, I was gonna say no one did that for me either for obvious reasons, but there were a couple people who did it ironically. Because my name is kind of hard to say.
My gym teacher did it and I hated it. It's the only one that ever called me that.
Called you what?
My last name over and over again, all the time.
Reineke?
Yeah.
Here's the way I see this. You got Cinny, Robbie Ricky,
Yeah.
Danny Gheesling, Alexi,
Pajitnov?
Little Nicky, Ryan Letourneau.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Good one. Good one. We're adding the Looney Tunes at the end of that.
Yeah.
I knew someone was gonna.
Oh, that's Mario.
Yeah, that's Super Mario World.
No, that's Tim the Toolman Taylor. What you said?
See, everyone who's watched Home Improvement just does it automatically. It's just plea.
It just pleads the blurg.
I don't think you can really describe me.
Describe me.
Wish the Seinfeld theme song had lyrics. This is Jerry Seinfeld. Lives in New York. Got a friend named George. He's bald and he's kind of short.
There needs to be a supercut of just the last 5 minutes in every Quiplash game. Just play it back to back.
About Elaine. A great line to use to insert yourself into any conversation. Hello or hi, I'm your friend Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Are you sure there's not a YouTube cover of Seinfeld theme with lyrics? Because that seems like a thing someone would make.
Then there's Kramer. He's kind of weird. He's the neighbor, lives in the same apartment.
That's not the tune.
Oh, Blue Man beat me up here. Dude.
And all these hoes like.
What?
I don't even know. Excuse me? Dan, did you just call Maddie B raps?
The hoes are laughing.
Yeah.
So the audience are a bunch of hoes.
Yeah.
Dan, what are you?
Dan, you gotta get a Content ID matched.
That's Cash Me Outside, girl.
Are we gonna get Content ID matched when we put this up now?
I'm gonna get sued by a 14-year-old because of this shit.
Oh no.
It's the ultimate indignity.
She has a blog. She has a blog.
A name for a lingerie store targeted to very conservative women. Victoria's Secret Emails, or For Your Eyes Only.
I like that one.
Victoria's Classifieds.
Blue Man!
Gaming.
Good God! He's pretty good.
He's on the rebound now.
Secret emails?
Victoria's Secret Emails.
Wow, that was a genuinely really good answer.
Some solid life advice. Never trust anyone at all for anything, or never trust the elderly.
Yeah. Can't trust them. And crows.
They take all your stuff.
Yeah. Crows are all liars.
No, that's lyrebirds.
Yo, I was reading about this thing called a crow court. Have you guys ever heard of this?
Oh, is that a TV show?
I worry about where this is going.
The show called Crow Court. Birds come in.
That happened so fast. I loved it.
Yo, crows are weird.
What is Crow Court, though?
Yeah, you just sort of trailed off there, Rob.
We totally just stole it from you.
You got us with the yo, and then you didn't keep us around.
It's a bunch of crows. They get in a circle around other, either one or multiple crows, and then they yell at them, and then peck them to death.
What?
That's not a court. That's an execution.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
It's a show trial.
It's pretty messed up, man.
Is there like a head judge, like a Judy?
I don't know. Apparently, as I was reading from people's first-hand accounts on Reddit, so trust grain of salt or whatever. But they were saying like that some people have observed that some are more active than others and like kind of lead them and like call louder than the other ones. The other ones
it's like a bar fight and somebody's like, hit him again, hit him again.
Yeah.
I just want to harp a little bit on a judge like a Judy.
Why?
Like a judge, a judge such as a Mathis or Joe Brown.
I thought you might need an example to remember what a judge was.
Judge J. Blue. Your immediate thought as you're attacked by an orangutan. Akeljafaznik, Asden Jurtbads, or Orange You Glad, I didn't bring a Scopie.
I didn't
She
vote.
got dumps like a truck. Judy like a judge. Judge.
Let me sing it again.
Aren't you glad being Scopy?
This is the Judge Who's Judy. No nonsense verdicts. The technical medical term for swamp ass. Sit yourself down, or ogre pants.
Ogre pants is great.
Ogre pants.
What's your favorite note in the Seinfeld song? Because I know we all like, you know, boom, ba-dum, boom, but I really like when they do the super long warped bass note where he goes like, boom, down, 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 like.
Wait, how's it go again?
It's like right when
it was like a.
Oh man, I wish my bass was right next to me. I'd start playing slap bass for you.
When Jerry's on stage and he's getting ready to deliver the punchline, that's like the clarion call that the joke's about to happen. You hear like, and then
yeah, those are my favorite ones, dude. Do that one again.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it sounds like.
A good line for breaking the tension at a fish funeral. I'm sure he'll be delicious, or gills.
What?
All them gills.
Yeah, come on, Rob. You were supposed to be all over that one.
Oh, them gills!
Was that not actually the intent? I don't know if it was.
I mean,
did you know the guy who did the intro for Seinfeld custom wrote it for every episode to fit with Jerry's stand-up?
Hell yeah!
Dude, now
so
all
dedicated.
I want, you know how occasionally there's like comedians who do stand-up albums with like piano accompaniment or like a guitar in the background?
Occasionally, more like.
Oh, you got that right.
Custom roaded?
But I want that, but it's 60 minutes of Jerry Seinfeld stand-up with the Seinfeld theme song dynamically produced as he's doing it.
There's probably an algorithm for that.
We're gonna ignore the fact that it was custom roaded.
Yeah.
What? No. Okay.
Yeah, we are.
Did I say wrote it instead of written?
You definitely said roaded.
Did I say that? No. Custom wrote it.
I heard that actually.
Come up with a hot new website with this word in its name. Slime.
Oh. Yeah. I'm with you, Druid Dynamics. Dumps like a truck really does make it sound like
taking a shit.
She takes big shits, yeah.
Yeah.
She takes dumps like a truck.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear Cisco explain that lyric?
No.
I've heard you tell me what he says.
I believe it was like, you know, how like a dump truck, when it backs up, it goes like beep, beep.
Right, yeah.
And then it goes dun, 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 and then everyone like looks at it when it goes, because they're like beep, beep. Oh, what's that?
That's
so then she takes a dump on the
well, it's like when there's a girl in the club, and when she backs that up, that thing, everyone looks around and goes, look at that.
Yo, if she's got dumps like a truck, I hope she brings some mud flaps. Gross.
Slimegirls.gov, Slimefeld.com, www.spkwaveslime, spkwave.gov.we, cash me outside, how about slime? Comedians in cars getting slime.com, Slime Hub, or Hot Mom Slime.
Most of these aren't even like valid URL.
It's called gruel.
Hot Mom Slime. That's gotta be like a website. I'm gonna look this up right now.
I know when that Hot Mom Slime.
It better not autoplay some stupid Flash shit.
That's why we let Rob do it.
.com. No, it doesn't exist.
Now's your chance. Get in there. Get in there.
Girls, talking about slime girls. Slime girls. There's a lot of jokes you can riff on here.
Love slime. The moms and me.
You have a nice falsetto, though, Rob.
Yeah,
You know, I
I was
tried.
gonna say that.
Oh, thank you.
Here's a little slime I wrote.
No. I was getting axed at the moment. That's what the no's were.
Yeah, no, I understand. That's fine.
You guys like Slimefeld?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
There's slime moms. What does that mean? There's so much to unpack with that question.
Mothers made of slime.
There's slime moms. What? Where?
Where are they?
I need to know more. Why don't we take some time to pick our channels? We'll start with Sinvicta.
Hey, everybody. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Sinvicta Wednesday through Saturday. Also, check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Sinvicta316, where I post daily videos. Currently doing Darkest Dungeon, leading up towards the DLC. Dead Cells, Isaac, and Here's the Storm with Mathis and Jesse. Thanks for having me.
Sweet. How about you, BaerTaffy?
Wait, did you say BaerTaffy?
BaerTaffy.
Hey everybody, we're gonna be me, Nick, Ryan, and Mathis. We're all gonna be restreaming the E3 Big 3 this weekend over on twitch.tv/Roundtable Podcast.
Is it the weekend or Monday?
It's Monday, June 11th. Or sorry, no, that's Saturday, right? I think. Yeah. Or no, that's
Saturday, Sunday.
So Sunday, the 11th is Microsoft, and then Mondays.
Oh no!
Oh God!
I was just clapping for that.
Are you trying to get your own soundboard going?
Yeah,
I'll tweet about it. But we're going to be restreaming E3 coverage over on twitch.tv/Roundtable Podcast. So go follow that.
Definitely catch me for the Nintendo one.
Catch me outside.
Except there isn't one. Ha ha ha. That's a joke.
But there is one.
There is one.
No, but it's like a direct though. It's not like a.
Wow.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Nintendo.
All right. How about you, Blue Man? SBK with Dave. Okay, how about you, Daniel?
Alright, hey, my name's DanGheesling. I'm at youtube.com/DanGheesling. Got a little PUBG and Star Citizen, and right after this, I'm going to be playing some PUBG for about 2 hours. And thank you guys so much for having me on. And
all right, Robert.
Yeah, hi, I'm Rob.
AlpacaPatrol.
That's me, AlpacaPatrol.
Robbie or Ricky.
Switch Twitter and YouTube.
The Big Apple.
That's.
I like that one.
Yeah, I'm AlpacaPatrol everywhere. Actually, I was gonna ask if you guys would do any E3 things, but if there's anybody else who wants to
just text me where you're sitting, and then some Nate is gonna.
This is so rude.
Well, anyway, if anybody.
Hey, Rob. Please, by all means, pimp your channel, though.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Well, I was also going to do E3 stuff, so if anybody else who's not doing it with Roundtable wants to hang out...
Rob, you can probably just hop on with us.
I want to hang out with you guys. If you
my favorite phrase with 3 E's in it. Seinfeld theme.
Right, okay. Well,
Seinfeld theme.
4, isn't it?
Where's the 4th E, Robert? Sway?
Seinfeld theme. It's 2 E's in Seinfeld and 2 E's in theme. There's 4 E's.
All right. 3 E's. All right, Nick, up to you.
Hey, I'm Rockley Smile. You can find me over youtube.com/Rockley Smile. If you would like, I did a playthrough of Conarium last night. That's going to start going up in like 20 minutes once I finish posting that. You can also follow me on Twitter at @RockleySmile. And here on twitch.tv/RockleySmile. It's the same all over the place. I'm going to start playing Rhymes soon. Maybe late tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. I got really weird sleep last night, so we'll figure that out ASAP, and I'll get right back to you on Twitter.
Sweet. I'm going to hang up on you guys.
Oh, can I just listen?
You can stay. All right, all of you but Dan should hang up on me.
All right. Thanks
that's going to happen.
All right. Thanks for having me on.
So, I mean, you can stay if you want. No, of course. Thanks for being on.
Oh, wait. Are we just going to stay? Is that what we're doing?
Well, okay. Right. I mean, I'm going to...
Well, you know what? Last time it was you had that great, song at the end. So,
hey, Jason OTI and the Provocative Ambulance. Thank you very much for the bits. And then on the subscriber side, here we go. Everyone's favorite part of the show. Venzia, Dim Jenkins, I'd Bite 2, Belgaraf, Angel Avenger, Sasori, Kazashini 90, The Provocative Ambulance, DJ Abner 375, Steedle, Epic Poop Lord, Private Corgi, Shrook, NetHack Ascendor, Bradali Swagical, Astrocyst, Mick Mayist, Mangel 0, Sedated Maniac, Sildarian, Modded Generation, Metal Neo Hunter, Soured Twines, It's Benzie, Lime Man 33, Amyao, Cypherooks, Mr. Free Spoons, Tekkit Man 7, Off the Meds, Kaiser Wolf, Grand Destroyer, Industrial G, Ninja Waffle Man 11, Dredore, He Who Snipes 21, Frogs Boys, Absent Hero, Whirlvid, JP Birder, Pi 642, The Silver Sim, Solid Alarm, Meta Knight 19, Z Toast 28, Rick Owens is usually what I wear, Inspired Numb, Orosaurus, Opatix, Soapy Sam, Volza, Goldman and the Egg Daddy, Airhorn.wave, Kimuriel 8, Termin, Bronze Cruise Strum, Never Off the Job, Salt Corner, Quiplash Beans, Oblivious 69, Arctic 73, Not Biased, Fibroid Chimp, Niaro 98, Stafu Noob, Master Key 709, It's Personal 25, Watterson, Nitsu, Spooky Kabuki, Igneous 15, GG Cockdee, Gun Shreds, Keolit Store, Proto Magikarp, Little Engine, House Footsie, Grand Hound, The Wizzy Wizaz, Miago Bean, Latino Cream King. Latino Cream King?
Latino Cream King.
Chasing Haze, Shinji Man 36, Gobi, J-Bond 47, Red Baron 90, Pika Wika 4444, Tactical Truth TG, Staludi, Metroid 3802, CubeShare, Clams, Magas, Luke Sub-Zero, I Am Zag, General Guide, Zesty Limes, more like Zesty Slimes, Arugula 1234, Oshada K, Cho the Master, and oh look, it's Austin, Last Great Wolf.
We did it.
Hey, Kate.
Hey, Kate.
I don't know who's live after this. Everybody's live after this.
I'm live.
You
I'm
can
live.
watch-
I'm live.
You can watch
I'm
Dan.
live.
You can watch Sinvicta.
Dan's live.
After all that,
Goodbye,
after the
cruel world.
phone calls,